today, feeling like the low 90s with the humidity. We'll see a few showers and thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon and early evening once again.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. When you apply for a home loan, there are different options depending on your situation and needs. With Rocket Mortgage, you can see how different down payments, monthly payments, and closing costs will impact your loan and your budget. When you need a lender who works for you, Rocket can.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio. This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
95 southbound at Atlantic. We have a vehicle on fire. Emergencies on the scene. 2 left lanes are blocked. Also, we have a crash Summit Boulevard at Davis Road. Continuing with slowdowns there. That's a look at your traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Today's electric superhighway is energized by FPL, powering the EV revolution with one of the largest fast-charging networks in the state, with home charging for one low price. See how at fpl.com/EV-ready.
Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, decide whether you'll drink or whether you'll drive. If you plan to drink, make sure you designate a sober driver. Don't let your luck run out.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
I need a ride to work.
Got any money for gas? You'll give me some gas money?
The price at the pump continues to change.
Gas money.
My money on gas.
Thanks. What?
You're listening to the Penthouse. Here's the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're in the Penthouse on a Thursday. Another beautiful day ahead of you with the weather just being extremely gorgeous. A lot going on in the Penthouse as always. We will entertain you for the next 4 hours. Put a smile on your face and maybe want to shake your butt. Good morning, Mr. Jimmy. How are you, sir?
Hello. Very good. Thank you very much. And good morning.
And good morning to the girl who carries the torch for us every day. Good morning, Miss Francis.
Hello. Good morning. Happy Little Friday.
Happy Little Friday, which and don't forget this weekend, guys, you got to put your clocks ahead. So that's something that you have to do. I believe it's Saturday around 2 o'clock in the morning. That's what they're saying. So finally, my microwave and all my stuff in my little abode will be on the right time. So that is Saturday. We'll remind you tomorrow in the locker room too. Saturday, excuse me. Locker room.
Tomorrow's Friday.
I said tomorrow and Saturday.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, I was like, is tomorrow Saturday?
It might be.
Is today Friday?
You shouldn't be here.
All right, not coming in.
Nice. Nice.
Don't confuse me.
We're not going to put the hours there. We're putting the days ahead. So actually, it's going to be Saturday. Locker room will be live from Gulfstream Park on Saturday also. In the Winter Circle with Tito's. I was...
Speaking of Saturday, quickly, because I'm working the Irish Fest Friday and Saturday in Abacoa, and the guy in charge was like telling us, you know, what we can and cannot wear and stuff. And he was like, you may want to prepare for the worst and the best on Saturday, because he was like, it's going to be 90 degrees during the day, and then at night it's going to drop in the like 50s.
Really?
I'm like, what the hell?
Really,
what?
Saturday night, you're supposed to get that cold?
It's supposed to be like 58 or something.
Yeah,
but from 90
to 50
during the day. So I'm like, am I just going to wear like shorts and then bring pants with me? Because Yeah, that is insane. I mean, talk about Florida weather, but geez,
That's a lot.
Louise.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to rain a bit, so we're preparing.
Saturday night?
We're preparing for all of it. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Only a high of 72 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow, what a difference.
Oh yeah, no, Saturday is crazy. I don't know the last time. I know we've had those different temperatures, but from 90 to in the 50s, that is a hell of a drop.
I took a plane one time from Miami to West Palm. Miami to Manhattan. I remember getting on the plane. It was like 89, and I landed. It was like 7. That was a huge difference.
Well, yeah, but you're going to a different state.
No, I know.
I'm going to be in the same place.
No, yours is worse.
Different section of the country.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
I didn't check the weather. I got off the plane and went, wow, it's cold. Maybe I started buying like Ranger stuff and Yankee stuff. Well, if you need a sweater or something, call me. I'll bring it up.
I will prepare myself. I know ahead of time as I'm telling others who may be going out Saturday, prepare yourself.
How many times have you ever gotten caught off guard with it, though, and you don't expect it?
Yeah, I have.
We did that one year. We went up to the Brevard Zoo. We weren't expecting it to be so cold, and by the time we got up there, I mean, it was like in the maybe high 30s, low 40s.
That's cold.
And we had to spend like $150 on sweatshirts, and we were just dying.
But even working these festivals, there has been times where we've had a little bit of cold fronts. I think the one that I did that was in Abacoa, the Feast of Little Italy, not the one I did in Port St. Lucie, we had a cold snap because it was in November.
Yeah, that was a cool night.
It was a cool night because but I wasn't prepared for it. But at the time when you're working and you're so busy, you don't feel it. And then once it starts to slow down and the sun's gone, then you're just like, ooh.
Oh boy.
And then turns to
happened?
Greek.
Yeah.
Like you said, chili mode.
It is. That's a big difference. 90 to 50? Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
I'm glad you told me that because I got a birthday party Saturday night outside, and I was, now I know what I'll wear.
Prepare yourself,
I
man.
hope and I hope I'm at the right birthday party, by the way.
Is this okay? So you were talking about this yesterday. We were off air. We didn't really mention it, but it's somebody's birthday who you thought it was their birthday last time, but you went, it wasn't his birthday. They just both had the same name.
Yeah.
So you walked in and you handed him a bottle of liquor and you're like, happy birthday. And he was like, thanks, but it's not my birthday.
No, he said my birthday's in 2 weeks.
So now it's actually his birthday.
Yes, it's Ryan, my good buddy Ryan Leitz.
Yes.
Yes, his birthday.
So are you going to buy him another gift or was that gift enough?
I don't know. Because I feel like a scumbity if I walk in without a gift. Because everybody will look at me like he's got no gift. But I want to say, hey, I gave him a gift 2
Already
weeks
did.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it, but you do it nonchalantly, right?
Yeah.
I already gave Ryan his gift the other week. I really enjoyed it. He really enjoyed his bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Let me tell you.
I
hope you got something.
Yeah, I hope you had a glass of that champagne. Yeah, I feel bad. Like I'll walk in and all of a sudden they'll be looking at you like, oh, wow, comes down with no gift, Greek. Maybe I'll get him a whiskey he drinks once in a while. I think he likes a Bullet. Is that a...
Yeah, Bullet is one, yes.
All right, so I think maybe I'll pick him up a bottle of that, and then I won't feel bad. And then he gets 2 bottles on me. So, Ryan, if you're listening, happy birthday again. I will be there Saturday night. That's a big party. It's a surprise party, so I don't know if he knows.
Does now. Good thing we didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
On the air.
Thank God.
Maybe next time we'll put our mics on.
Yep. Dump all of that segment.
Okay. There you go. Gone. It's all gone.
Perfect.
Just like that.
So
I love you, Jimmy. You can just solve my problems.
How was that? Wouldn't it be nice if we had Jimmy in our lives?
Oh, yeah.
Just everyday life, something we wanted to take away. Be like, hey, can you dump that for us, Jimmy?
Dump. You got a dump button over there?
Please.
Oh, my God. I can't tell you what I would pay for that. Oh, my God. That would be great. To just have a dump bump follow you.
Let me dump the 80s.
Yes.
You just dump that whole thing right there.
Can't forget. That's it.
So yeah, you had an event last night with the Red Meat Lovers Club. I know Evan gave us a call. Yeah, how was it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The bridges, community. What a beautiful clubhouse they have. Breathtaking. I tweeted it out last night, a picture of the clubhouse and the pool. The food was tremendous. I'm not a big food guy, but the sexy bacon was unbelievable. The steak.
Is that their signature? Because I've seen it on multiple menus every time the Red Meat Lovers Club has an event.
Mm-hmm.
Is that their signature bacon? Do you know?
It might be.
Because it's spelled and it also has its own name. It's like it's SEXYZ, I believe. Sexy. Or no, it's SEXZ bacon, and it's all one word. So I feel like they've branded it like themselves. But you're not sure?
I'm not sure. The Secretary of State was there, Evan. He was asking for you, obviously.
Yeah.
And he said, "Where's Franny?" I said, "She's not here."
Said have an event in Palm Beach Gardens. I'll go.
Yeah. That's I said a little closer. Gas
West Palm Beach, I'll go too. It is. Gas is expensive.
It's $27 a gallon. It's crazy. No, the event was great. That's what it feels like. The event was great. Food was great. People were nice. And again, it was all for St. Jude. And they have like always a memorabilia section where you can bid on like a lot of sports memorabilia or movies.
Oh, nice.
It's great. It really is. Great.
Like a silent auction where you just, okay.
Yeah. And it's so funny.
Anything cool that maybe, I know that you're not spending a lot of money, but anything cool that you may have wanted to bet on?
To bid on, yes.
Or bid, I mean.
Yeah, bet maybe. They had a Michael Jordan, good picture of him, something with Kobe. They had a Tony Soprano picture. I thought of Jimmy right away.
You know, I was listening, and this surprised me. So on my way home, after I left recording The Gator, I was listening to Dano and Nutter. And
you're surprised you listened to him?
No. I listen to Real Radio when I'm not on it. And it was, it's Dano's birthday.
Yeah.
So he turned 51, and somebody had called in or said something that
he's 51.
Yeah. And so, oh man, why am I not? I can't remember his name. Help me, Tony Soprano.
Oh,
James Gandolfini. Thank you. That he was 51 when he passed away.
Oh, so that's good news for Dano?
No,
great news.
No, I for some reason I thought he would way older, not Dano, but Gandolfini.
Yeah,
than 51.
He was
51 is young.
Yeah, he's very young.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, with him, he had a lot of health problems. They talked about it. The drinking, some other stuff in his body.
Oh, I didn't know about the drinking.
Oh, the drinking was bad.
I didn't know either.
Okay. Yeah. I thought but he was recovered at the time.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know if he was or not, but and he was overweight for years.
Well, that's
that's a lot of stress on your heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dano's birthday. Yes, I did call into what's the name of the show now?
I heard you too.
What's the name of the
I heard
show?
you too. It's Dano and Nutter.
Okay.
Dano and Nutter show. Not that hard to remember. Just their names.
Yeah, so I wished him a happy birthday. Dan's a great guy. Make sure you listen to those guys every day, 3 to 7. They're always having a good time and giving you a nice ride home. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll be back with a lot more in the Penthouse. Peace.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
As the country bounces back from COVID and mask mandates are lifted, your business needs a lift too. Promote your company right here, right now. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. That's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV. Want more of the people you want to talk to all in one place? Visit iHeartAdvertising.com and get AM and FM working for you. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
For over 150 years, CIBC has helped people go from where they are to wherever they want to be. Commercial banking, capital markets, private wealth. CIBC. Ambitions made real. CIBC Bank USA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wow, what a week. Yesterday, I was supposed to sign my first mortgage, but there was this huge car accident on my commute. The bridge that led to the nearest First Republic Bank was closed. Traffic was bumper to bumper. It seemed impossible I'd be able to get there by the end of the business day. I was freaked. I had no idea what would happen if I didn't sign the papers on time. So then I get a call from my personal banker. He says Dennis from the nearest First Republic has a bike and is en route. No kidding. So this guy shows up, has me sign the documents, and takes them back to First Republic Bank on a bike. I mean, if that's not service, I'm not sure what is. So thanks, First Republic. You helped me get my first home under unbelievable circumstances.
Personalized service, customized solutions, quick decisions. At First Republic, it's a privilege to serve you. Visit our Palm Beach, Jupiter, or Palm Beach Gardens offices. FirstRepublic.com, First Republic Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Slip and falls can be embarrassing, leaving you in pain and feeling like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. After a fall, document the scene by taking photographs. Make sure to get medical attention for any injuries you may have. If you've been injured in a slip and fall, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
I love when my friends stop by, but to help keep my friends and my family safe, I always spray Lysol in my home before guests arrive and again after they leave. Nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray. Lysol, what it takes to protect. Use as directed.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and it's never been more important for adults to get screened. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer, but it can be prevented with regular screening. Experts now recommend that you get screened for colorectal cancer starting at age 45. If you're 45 or older, it's time to talk with your doctor about which colorectal cancer screening test is right for you. It could save your life. Visit cdc.gov/screen4life for more information.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us, no matter how big or small your business is. Earn back when you spend, get exclusive offers, and paint rewards. It all adds up to help level up your business.
More details later at 11:45 is your opportunity. And don't forget, you can watch us on TV now thanks to Monroe's. And speaking of Monroe's, #1 establishment for
adult entertainment in our area. Saturday night, they got a big party. It's the House of Monroe's with a $500 cash costume prize. That is March 12th. Jimmy is here.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hey, and just a heads up, because I don't really think we talked about it much yesterday, we have this new feature. If you are unaware, it is a talkback feature, Penthouse Views, mic drop, whatever we're going to call it. I like mic drop. I'll just get you drop the mic.
I like it.
Yeah, so what you have to do is have that brand new updated version of the iHeartRadio app. If you already have the iHeartRadio app, you've had it for a while, make sure it's the updated version. If not, download the iHeartRadio app. And the reason why I say it's new is because the newer version is the one that offers this feature. So when you go to Real Radio 921 on iHeartRadio, you'll see a little microphone icon, and you can send us a mic drop. Basically, just leave us a message, and if it's airable, we will play it on the air right here on the Penthouse.
That's awesome. Whatever you guys want, there's a lot of ways to get in touch with us, and then eventually you can just come to the building and just walk in, sit down on us. That's the next step.
They're going to sit on us?
Can't wait.
No, not sit on us. Just come in.
Sit on us.
Well, they can sit on me.
Yeah. You can come in. We got an empty chair. You can come in.
If you're going to sit on anybody, sit on the guy with no pants on.
Yeah. Let's see what pops up.
It's funny that I read this because my neighbors across the street, I noticed the other day, they had a ton of cardboard boxes outside of their house. And nosy me, I'm like, ooh, what size TV they have.
That's Amazon on it?
So funny. What size TV? You go over and measure.
It was definitely a flat screen TV. It definitely was.
right.
And then like something else. And I am not a thief or burglar, nor would I ever be. But it did have me intrigued. And then so I read this yesterday and I was like, ooh, I should let them know. Like, hey, next time, don't do this. So experts claim that when you leave those kind of boxes, and by those I mean boxes from some like major electronics, expensive electronics, that's actually kind of like an invitation for burglars. They see that. They'll notice stuff like that. Sometimes they case the joint and they see. So if they see that you have these brand new nice items, that's very intriguing to them. And could make them want to go and break into your house.
I've heard that before. They say a lot of times that if you get a TV or something, anything big that looks like it's a lot of money, throw it out maybe in a different, cut up the box.
Yes.
Something like that and put it in a garbage can.
Yeah, or go maybe to like a dumpster or something.
No, but
whatever.
nobody thinks of that because you're just thinking.
You know what? But now think about it. I was talking with my husband, and my husband did when we were moving in and we got that TV. He made sure that that box was not anywhere in sight when he threw it out.
And that TV is 240 inches.
It's 240 inches.
I watched the Jet game. I felt like I was in Broadway.
I didn't know they made them that big for a home entertainment.
Yeah, it's that wallpaper one. Have you seen that?
Oh,
yeah, it's
interesting.
pretty cool.
I have seen a lot of big TVs. That was the biggest TV I've ever seen, and I was very close to it too.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. I mean, it's
felt
not like my living room's huge, so you feel like you're on top of it. And he had it extended out as well, too.
It was like I was in the game. I felt like I was in the stands. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, but there's a home security expert, and he is a founder of Pro Mover Reviews named Paul Moody. He says that leaving electronic boxes intact in your yard could look like a major jackpot for a thief who is surveying neighborhoods for houses to break into. So whether it's a new gaming console like that, a TV, whatever it is, they say that is something they want. They said setting out your brand new gaming console box might seem normal to you, but it does more harm than good. After cash, its electronics are the second most prized possessions for burglars. So they say if you leave it visible, they're like, that is a target for me.
Solid point.
Yep. So just a heads up.
And you got to think like the other side. Remember that. Don't think like yourself because you're an honest person and you're not thinking, hey, I'm just throwing the garbage out. And then if somebody sees it, bang.
And that's what they say, just it's as simple as maybe just like investing in a cheap cutter to break down large boxes and pack them up in a bundle. They say, you can also utilize these boxes in your garage to keep tools, other equipment, if you want to repurpose them. They just say just different ideas, by the way. But they also claim in this article that these are the times when your house is more likely to be targeted. So there's definitely certain times of the day and week when home break-ins are more likely to occur. They say most burglaries happen during daylight hours. That's because most people are at work, leaving burglars with a perfect opportunity to break into your house. They say that 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekdays is the most popular time.
Or you could just take like a box, you have a TV and put it in your neighbor's house.
Oh, so have them break into their house. But yeah, and that interesting 10 to 3, right? So daylight hours. But they, and I guess it might be a little different because a lot of people are working from home.
Of course. That's
like,
right.
damn it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, followed by, so it's 10 to 3 p.m. weekdays, most popular time, then followed by nighttime during the weekends, probably the same thing because a lot of people are out and about at night on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I think still most people feel a majority are people that are working, like you said, at work, but they're still home.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, who do we have at home?
We have Pops on the line. Pops, welcome to the Penthouse.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello, Pops.
Hey, man, what's going on? Long time no hear.
Yeah. Franny, first of all, happy late National Women's Day.
Oh,
Sorry I couldn't call in yesterday.
You're totally fine. Thank you. That means a lot.
You guys had a great show yesterday. You guys have a great show every day. Wanted to give you a quick update. My wife, she's back in the hospital, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
She went to the local hospital Saturday. They took her, and they said they couldn't find anything wrong with her. So Sunday, I went. She asked me to take her to the big hospital about an hour away. They found out that she had blood poisoning and a blood clot on her lung.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
I am so sorry. How does that happen, the blood poisoning?
It's just a viral thing.
Is it?
Something that can happen.
Okay.
they're so far along in medicine now with treating it that it's fantastic. 90% of the people are saved when they get it. But 10, 15 years ago, it didn't happen that way. If you got it, usually it was a death sentence, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, how's she doing now?
I wanted to call. She's hanging in there. I mean, she's still in the hospital, and she's going to be in there for a little bit. But every day, she tries to get a little bit stronger. I feel sorry for her. She's my hero because she's been home for 7 weeks. She's been doing so good. She was so determined to be able to walk, and she's been doing everything she's supposed to, and then all of a sudden she gets slapped in the face with this.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you have to deal with that.
Yeah, I hate to hear that,
she does
Pops.
too. Yeah, very unfortunate. Wishing her a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it, guys, and she does too. But I'd just like to tell you, I mean, it's people like you and y'all's morning show and Dano and Nutter and the news junkies, everybody associated with y'all that keep me going every day, and I appreciate it. I really, really do. I love listening to you guys. I mean, everywhere I go, my speaker and my phone's in my hand listening to y'all.
No, we appreciate
Might
that.
not call much, but I listen a lot.
Well, better days ahead, and we hope for a quick recovery for your wife.
Yeah. Well, there is. She's got to recover. We just got the gazebo to go around our cook area overlooking the river.
Oh,
well.
Sounds nice.
There you go.
And everything. I'll send you pictures of it.
That's great.
I'll email Jimmy some pictures of it.
Love it. Please
Guys,
do.
Have a great day and keep on barbecuing and keep on doing what you guys do well at.
You too, bro.
You
God bless.
too.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Don't forget, you got to change your clocks ahead this weekend. We'll remind you tomorrow and Saturday. And we got a trifecta coming back and this day in history. Peace.
Hi, this is Franny.
And this is Megan.
We're the hosts of Pillow Talk.
On this week's episode of Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan, you can find out how you can hang out with Franny and I in person this weekend. Plus, can somebody help Franny and I, by the way, because we are suffering from some road rage, aren't we, Franny?
Maybe. Maybe. And we are going to let you know the emojis you can use to get you a little bit more action. Plus, we're going to get into those DMs. That and so much more on this week's episode of Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Blindstar.
Looks like Amari Cooper could be looking for a new team soon. With the reports out of Dallas, he's a potential cap casualty. Cooper grabbed 8 touchdowns this year for America's team and is still a productive receiver with only 7 seasons of service in the NFL. Averaging over 1,000 yards per season in his career, Cooper will be a great addition to any offense that's looking for a veteran wide receiver. He can get it done. I'm Chris Collinsworth.
Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindstar.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindstar blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindstar today and save big. Blindstar.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Another mild and muggy start out there for us on this Thursday. Temperatures in the 70s for the morning. Warming quickly, though. We're back in the upper 80s for the afternoon today, feeling like the low 90s with the humidity. We'll see a few showers and thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon and early evening once again.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big with wide format signs and banners. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Offer ends 3/26. Visit staples.com/signage for details. Staples, the working and learning store.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, one of my favorite spots. Every day there's another party open till 5 a.m. 5-star dining, beautiful ladies, and a great atmosphere. And put it on your calendars. March 12th, the House of Monroe's won a $500 costume contest on the line. It's beautiful ladies, great food, and a great music. It is the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Make sure next time you're out, you stop there and kick back and enjoy life. At Monroe's, baby. Peace!
When you think of the Salvation Army, you probably think of a long history of public service and of a faith-based organization that's working to do a lot of good in our community. But have you realized the extent of their work? I can tell you that learning more about the Salvation Army of Palm Beach County, it has been remarkable to see how many different ways they do the most good. For example, did you know their Center of Hope is a large 10-acre residential campus that operates 365 days a year, 24/7? They do that to help people that are in the most need. From financial donations, donating items, and shopping at their store. There are so many ways that you can participate and be part of something truly special. 100 years in the making as the Salvation Army of Palm Beach County celebrates their centennial. Visit salvationarmypalmbeachcounty.org. That's salvationarmypalmbeachcounty.org or call 561-686-3530. It's 561-686-3530. Thank you. May God bless you.
No payments till after summer at Palm Beach Harley on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until after summer on any new Harley at Palm Beach Harley now through Sunday.
No payments for 120 days. No interest for 90 days with approved credit.
Hi, my name's Joe Cordell. Sometimes in divorce, courts require the higher earner to pay to the other party what's called spousal support or alimony. Usually this order can be modified in certain circumstances, but such modifications are often complicated and are best entrusted to attorneys that are well acquainted with such matters. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Car fire in Boca causing backup southbound 95 at Atlantic Avenue in Del Rey. Left shoulder is where it is, but you've got backed up traffic to about Boynton Beach Boulevard. Gateway Boulevard at Lawrence Road, Boynton Beach, a crash, and that's slowing you down a bit as well. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Stop that.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Good after morning to all you guys. We hope your eggs were scrambled and went in the right direction. And we got a lot going on that we'll throw your way. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning. And Francis is here. Hello. Good morning. And now it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
Don't be surprised by this. I don't think anybody is. Major League Baseball canceled the second week of the season, and there's still no deal in place. Both sides are just stalemate. That's the bottom line. It's not good. Every week that they lose, it's not good. The way it stands now, they said they would start the season maybe April 15th, around there. We'll see if they can agree on something, but it doesn't look like it. NFL quarterback trades keep happening. Carlton Wentz got traded yesterday from the Colts to Washington. There is a rumor now Cousins is getting traded from the Vikings. We saw Wilson yesterday. Aaron Rodgers is staying, but there is a lot of speculation there'll be a lot more trades before the draft in April. And Tiger Woods went into the Hall of Fame last night, and his daughter made the speech. She brought him in. It was a really nice speech. A lot of funny things about Tiger. How he dresses up like Batman, and he's really a kid at heart.
I saw him dressed up as Batman, like in real life.
Yeah.
He went to pick up his kids from his ex-wife's house when I was bartending an event. And that was the first time I'd actually seen him in person. Well, I did see him. I didn't get to see all of him because he was covered up in like in a legit Batman costume.
Wow, the whole thing.
But it looked like straight from the movies.
Wow.
But that was the first time I realized how big he is.
He's huge. Right.
He's tall, and I'm sure the costume also made him, but he's pretty jacked too. I was like, whoa.
I think he's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Yeah. So yeah, she just made a nice speech. I know it was all over social media. She looked very nice. She's definitely grown up. And he's a great dad. She spoke about that Tiger's always there in every capacity. And that's what you need to be as a parent. You know, in all the things in their lives, you should be there for them as a father or a mother. And she made a very nice appearance, and she spoke very well. And, you know, obviously he was choked up. I can't imagine being a parent and going through that. But both of those kids have really turned out nicely. And that's, achievement on both ends, him and obviously his ex-wife. But, yeah, a lot of nice things were said in the speech. And obviously he was very talking about like hard work and nothing comes easy in life. Nobody gives you anything. His father, what he taught him. And obviously accolades to his mom who was there and how hard, all the sacrifice she made. Because any of these guys who were in all sports at any level, their parents made a lot of sacrifices. Don't forget that. I mean, work 2 jobs to get them maybe special lessons, practices, driving around, games, different things. So parents do a lot, always. And some kids don't have that. And I know that's a disadvantage. But you know what? Tiger did have that, started at a young age. And his dad, obviously, his mom made many, many sacrifices. So hats off to Tiger Woods to get into the Golf Hall of Fame. And now it's for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, here's a name we've been hearing about recently. 173 years ago today, in 1849, an Illinois attorney filed a patent for an inflatable airbag to lift grounded boats off of sandbars. However, the inventor was too busy pursuing politics, and the invention never developed. That person was Abraham Lincoln.
Man, he should have done it because I've seen so many boats stuck on the sandbar at Peanut Island. You're like, oh, that sucks.
That'd be I got an idea. Let's float that bitch.
Yep.
146 years ago today, in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell transmitted the first telephone message to assistant in the next room.
Do we know what the message said?
Actually, yes. It says, Mr. Watson, come here. I want you. No, they were not lovers, but was actually in a panic because he had spilled acid on his clothes.
Oh, wow.
It was, ironically, it's the first 911 call, too.
Yeah,
by
right.
the sounds of it. 142 years ago today, in 1880, the Salvation Army arrived in the United States after being created in England. 96 years ago today, in 1926, the first Book of the Month Club selection was published, The Loving Huntsman. The first Book of the Month Club selection is published by Viking Press. The tradition continues to this day by an unnamed Greek radio show host in South Florida.
What?
Who knew?
I didn't know that.
Small world.
45 years ago today, in 1977, astronomers discovered rings around, I'll say it, Uranus.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say Saturn.
There's an anal bleaching joke here I'm going to let go.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to pass on.
All right, perfect.
34 years ago today, in 1988, here's one that he's talked about somebody passing away at a young age earlier with James Gandolfini. Andy Gibb passed away of a heart attack. He was only 30.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I don't recall that.
So young.
And 34 years ago, though. Wow. 19 years ago today, some Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff. In 2003, AC/DC, The Police, The Clash, Elvis Costello, and The Attractions, and the Righteous Brothers were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Along the same lines, 14 years ago today, some more legends went in 2008. Madonna, John Mellencamp, Leonard Cohen, and David Clark 5, and the Ventures were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. So, wow, a couple of years with some real big powerhouses there. And we're going to wrap up with this one. Along the music lines, 7 years ago today, in 2015, Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke were ordered to pay $7.3 million to the estate of Marvin Gaye for similarities between Blurred Lines and Got to Give It Up. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that was a big lawsuit.
You said
that went
7
on.
years ago?
That was 7 years ago
Whoa.
already.
I felt like it was like 3 years ago.
I know. That's what really jumped out at me when I saw that one today. And that is what happened on March 10th in the past years.
That is nutty. So
7 years
I know, right? And because I remember that video, and I remember the performance that him and Miley Cyrus had together. Do you remember when she had like that?
She was very risque.
Well, yeah. I mean, she still is. She still is.
She always is.
But I may or may not bitch every now and then about my husband snoring on the show. Maybe a little bit.
Never.
sometimes.
He snores?
That's the first time I've heard it.
Never.
I don't recall this.
Thank you, if he's listening. But I guess, and he, Florida boy, born and raised. But I guess there are certain regions that snore more than others, and I found this really interesting. And if you're from these regions, then I want to know if this is true or not. So they did a study, and they found out, by the way, and it was more of a survey that was done, that people who live in the Northeast, and we're talking about New York, Connecticut, the surrounding states, they even lump in Washington, D.C. in there, keep their partners and housemates awake with their what they call nocturnal noise more than any other region. So it looks like the Northeast, you guys are all snorers out there.
That makes sense.
Why?
Maybe because of the cold.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Does the cold make you snore?
Maybe. Maybe it makes you get into a deeper sleep. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I wish I was.
Yeah, so this is interesting too. So I thought you were. I thought you went to 4 years of medical school.
Yeah. That doesn't make me a doctor.
Oh, you didn't graduate.
Good point. Good point.
Why do the whole 4 years and not graduate?
Like a lot of things in life, I don't finish.
Oh, all right. But they're saying that the people
let that one go.
right? And just go, okay, keep on going.
Daniel's birthday.
They claim that the people in the Northeast who live with these snores, they say of those, 25% have snapped on their snore. I understand that.
Yeah.
And more than 1 in 10 have turned to, and they say on top of that, have gained weight because they've turned to high fat or sugary foods. To keep themselves awake because they don't want to deal with sleeping next to a snore. So then they go and they snack.
Okay.
So they get up and they're just like, well, screw it, I can't sleep.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm going to snack.
Or drink.
Yeah, drinking is what I would think, right? You get a couple cocktails maybe to help you, zonk out.
Yeah.
My buddy's wife developed a big appetite for wine, and that's what she said. She used to get up in the middle of the night, what you just said, and start drinking like Pinot Grigio. And, she'd started 1 or 2 glasses to a bottle and, which is 4 glasses. And she said, whatever, and ended up being a big problem. He was snoring, she was smacked.
Oh, so she would get up because of the snoring.
Yeah. That's what you're saying, right? People get up in the middle of the night.
They get up and start snacking.
Yeah. And that's what Jimmy said. Some people might get up and start drinking.
And they don't even get up. They just can't sleep. So they're like, screw it, I'm going to start eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling in the world when you can't sleep and you're watching the clock. It's getting later and later. And then, before you know it, you got to get up anyway. You're like, oh, God, I got to get up already.
This is interesting. So I would call my husband snore. I wouldn't call it this. I don't know what, I got to think about it, what word I would use to describe it. But the study found that a growl, which would be terrifying, is the most common way people have had their snoring described to them. So when their wife wakes up, it was like, sound like you're growling all night long. Yeah, a growl. They said another 60...
Something like that. Something like that. Is that what it sounds like?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does, yeah.
Well, it paints a better picture.
Or maybe like the one I do for the Florida Panthers.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
That would scare me. I would think there was a cat under my bed.
They say another 16%, maybe this is more like my husband's, they say another 16% have been told it resembles the sound of a saw. I guess it would be closer to a saw than it would be a growl.
You used to always hear you sawing some logs.
Yeah,
sawing logs. I've never heard a saw sound like that.
I don't know. But that's because that's the term maybe I've heard. Sure. Others include a roar, a train, and even a Star Wars villain, Darth Vader. You sound like Darth Vader when you're sleeping.
That's probably the most accurate one, right?
Yeah.
The breathing.
But it's
there's
heavy
a lot
breathing.
of heavy breathing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, but they say, obviously sleep is very, very critical for you. We've talked about this before. If it's keeping you up at night, and you're infuriated by it, that maybe you should contemplate on getting separate bedrooms, or at least, just for the night, you just do that. And then when you wake up in the morning, you wake up like you were there the whole time and cuddle.
Well, talk to your doctor.
That too.
There could be some underlying issues, and especially with sleep apnea. I mean, that's obviously something that can, harm you fatally too. So that is probably something you really want to talk to your doctor about.
And this is, I'm totally guilty of, is the nudging, kicking, and elbowing are the most common actions partners of snorers take to quiet the noise.
Will that stop somebody?
It will for a second.
Yeah, it's about as long as it lasts.
Yeah, and that's what I do. He knows if he is on his back, my husband, that's when he snores the loudest.
Okay.
And so when he falls asleep, he'll snore. I'll give him the little, because he's not, he just fell asleep. I'll give him the nudge, and then he'll turn to the side, and it'll be gone for a second. Yeah. And then about 5 minutes later, he turns back on his stomach, and then, So
how about if you wore earplugs? Or headphones?
I don't know if I could sleep comfortably with headphones on.
Okay, try it.
I've worn earplugs before.
I was going to say, how about earbuds?
I have worn earplugs before.
Okay.
And that's when we went on vacation because between him and my father-in-law, it was like surround sound because we shared rooms. Yeah, we shared rooms. So my mother-in-law made sure to pack extra. She's like, here, you're going to need these. And they work kind of, but it's still loud enough where you can hear it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never had that problem, but again, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been with somebody who snored, and if it keeps you up, then obviously.
Yeah. And there are some women. Listen, my mom snores. And so she's definitely one. My husband says every now and then. Most of the time, if I've had a couple drinks in me and I call it a pass out, not a sleeping, he says that I tend to snore too.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because I'm probably like, my body's like, breathe.
Well, probably
Take a breath.
Probably
Breathe.
a deeper sleep, I guess,
Yes.
would probably be the more scientific explanation for it.
Yes.
But, well, I got a story, too, about sleep experts explaining how long a perfect nap is. So maybe if you don't snore, so maybe help keep you from snoring. Who knows if you get a little bit of extra rest. This particular doctor has asked, have you ever woken up from a nap and felt worse than when it started? Dr. Jeffrey Iliff is a sleep researcher, and a clip of him exploring how the perfect nap should be and how long it should be, right? So here he explains it, and I'll let him talk about it instead.
There's good napping and there's bad napping. When you wake up after a nap and you feel like you just got hit by a truck, it's because what has happened is you started to build what's called sleep inertia. So once you start sleeping, after you get past a certain point, your brain gets into the mode that thinks, oh, we're doing this for the next 8 hours. And if you interrupt it after it's gotten past that point, it's sort of a rude awakening. That's why when you nap, you should actually nap either a very short nap, 20 or 30 minutes, or setting an alarm for a 90-minute nap. A 90-minute nap is enough time for you to go through an entire sleep cycle. Not long enough for you to build a lot of sleep inertia, but enough time for you to actually get some of the benefits of sleeping.
Doesn't 90 minutes sound like a pretty long nap?
It does.
I know a lot of people take 2-hour naps.
Yeah.
Do you really? Wow, that's interesting.
I'm like a half hour if I do nap, which does not happen very often, but it's typically like a half hour. And I guess I'm one of the rarities because I wake up pretty refreshed. I mean, that's all I need. But man, I'm going to start taking this guy's advice and do 90 minutes instead because that sounds wonderful.
Well, he's 22.
He said that 20 to 30 minutes is
yeah.
good.
But 90 is ideal.
No more than 90, though.
Yeah.
Because then you get into a deeper sleep that it can mess you up, apparently, according to him, Dr. Iliff. You don't nap much, do you, Greek?
No.
I don't take you much, and I don't either. I mean, it's very, very rare that I've ever taken a nap.
It is, but I'll tell you what, when I do, I'm like, why don't I do this more often? They are awesome. They're it's just a nice refresher in the middle of the day.
There's some times that I have the proverbial rested your eyes, right? But I know I'm not sleeping. I know I'm not sleeping.
Your mind's still going.
Yeah, it's still there. I mean, I'm still very aware of my surroundings and what's going on, but I can relax. That's probably close enough. Almost the same thing.
I used to fall asleep a lot behind the wheel when I was younger. A lot.
Yeah, that is not a good thing.
No.
Yeah.
Well.
You don't fall asleep as much as you used to. You used to fall asleep in that chair right there. I haven't seen you not off in a while.
That's because I'm sleeping now. Yeah, I wasn't sleeping for a
while.
while.
I was like, you're sleeping right now?
Yeah.
I've trained myself to do the show as I sleep.
Right now I'm talking, but I'm sleeping. I'm getting into that deep sleep right now.
Speaking of talking, whenever you have a chance, I know that we have some mic drops as well, too.
Oh, we do, yeah. So a couple people have written, I'm sorry. Well, let me rephrase that again. We have a new feature here on Real Radio, and that is if you go to your app on your phone, to the iHeart app, and you click on Real Radio, you'll see where we are there, and you can listen to us there. There's a play button to listen to us. Right next to that is a microphone. If you click on a microphone, you can leave a message for us. We're calling it the mic drop, at least for now, and a couple people have left a couple messages for us, so I thought I'd play them. I've already listened to them, so they are clean, and we'll start here. I think it's Eric in Miami.
Shout out to my boys, Greek Jimmy, and to my lovely lady, Fran. This is Eric in Miami. I love you guys. And Greek, you left me hanging last night.
Uh-oh.
Right, love you.
What?
Uh-oh.
What? Why? What'd you do?
You left him hanging.
What'd you do, G-Man?
Wait, did you promise him? Did you promise him a lady?
Were you supposed to go down to Fort Lauderdale?
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Let's hear the next one.
What'd you do?
Let's hear the next one.
All right.
All right.
Okay, guess you don't want to talk about
pressure,
that.
No pressure. All right. No one to talk about. All right. I think I'm buddying Anthony here.
Yo, G, it's Anthony. Heard you went to the Meat Lovers Club last night. What do you think? Dano Style's the best sausage you ever had?
Oh, boy.
Gators play at 12 o'clock, early game. They're laying 2 against Texas A&M. What do you think? They could do it, or it's going to be a murder? I love you. Have a good day.
I tell you what, he's right. Dano has great sausage.
I've never had it, so
No, you
I
haven't?
can't know.
Oh, yeah.
877
I've never
It's
had
spicy Italian stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
love spicy Italian sausage.
There you go.
It's my favorite kind.
Let me tell you.
And chorizo. That's I love spicy.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call.
See, we really do play him, so send them.
Yes, absolutely.
These just sound like stuff on an answering machine. They crack me up.
Well, that's the purpose of it.
That's
exactly
what it is.
Do we have somebody in hold?
We do. We have Dean on the line. Dean, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, Dean. How are you today?
Hey, good. Hey, Fanny, real quick. You might want to get your husband to do a sleep study. I did one a while back, and I tell you what, they as unattractive as it is, they gave me one of those CPAP machines, and over a period of about 8 months, it trained me not to open my mouth and breathe through my mouth at night, and it worked. I mean, worked wonders. I don't even use it anymore.
Oh, I was going to ask you, are you still using it? So, because I know some people, including our former host, Johnny C., he used to have one of those machines.
Right.
And I believe that he still has to utilize it. I didn't realize it was something that maybe you could use and then train yourself to sleep a certain way where you could wean yourself off of it.
Now, I believe Johnny had it for sleep apnea.
Yes,
I believe.
yeah,
so he
absolutely.
has that flap of skin that closes off your breathing. But Dean, you're talking about just using it simply for snoring.
Yeah, well, they said I had sleep apnea, but
oh, you did.
Mm-hmm. 8 months, yeah, they said that, under the study, but after 8 months, I noticed that I'm not I stopped using it a couple days at a time, and I don't open my mouth anymore. Because when you open your mouth, all the air starts rushing.
Yeah,
and you can't have your mouth open, so you're breathing through your nose. So try it out. I mean, it's worth going to the sleep study because sleep apnea is a serious disease.
No, it absolutely is. I mean, some people unfortunately pass away in their sleep because they stop breathing. Now, I have a question for you. Is something like that done? And I know sometimes they do free studies. Is something like that done covered under your insurance? Do you know?
Well, it depends what insurance you have. Every insurance is different.
I did mine at in Martin County, Goodwill. They have that hospital there.
Okay.
A sleep center there in Martin County.
Okay. Well, yeah, good to know. I think the hardest part is just to get them there.
Yeah.
But once I do, because I mean, there is legitimate concern. There is. I tease about it, but there is, because there are some times where, like I've mentioned before, where it almost feels like he stopped breathing.
Yeah, I mean, ask him to call where he works. Their insurance company, they might cover it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dean.
Okay, take care, guys.
You too. Thank you.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. If you have anything you want to ask or contribute to the show, there are many, many ways that you guys can get involved. You could call us, 877-927-6969. Text us, Real Radio 47142. Franny will read them, and you will become an instant star. Or you can get a little closer to our boy Jimmy, and you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Also, remember, we're on TV right now, Real TV, and it's sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Sweet. I actually have a couple texts in regarding the whole snoring and sleeping thing.
Okay.
At 47142, as G-Man mentioned. And as I said that I've worn the earplugs before, and Jimmy was like, what about the AirPods? And so somebody does. They wear AirPods, and they put on white noise mode.
Okay.
And it helps them sleep. Works just fine. So maybe I'll try that out. And then another one came in and said, Penthouse, my wife, after her nightly 1.5 liter of Chardonnay, has very unstructured snoring, which makes me think it sounds like Godzilla fighting Sasquatch. Also, when her knees rise, a very weird sleeping pattern, the sound gets louder. And that is so funny because that's the same thing with my husband. When I wake up and it's a very loud snore, his knees are up.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow!
His knee, and that's how I'll look, and then he's sleeping with his knees up.
Did he ever jump rope as a kid?
Same thing. It says gets louder. I push them down, the volume goes down.
Wow.
When he pushes
That's
down,
fun.
pushes
That's
down.
funny.
This is from Bobby. My husband's too big for me to push his knees down. He just because I've tried, but it's the same thing. When his knees are up, the louder his snoring gets.
That's amazing that you can push somebody's knees down and they don't wake up.
I mean, if they're in that deep of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wake up at anything. I mean, I just do. I'm a terrible sleeper. I always have been. Just a bad habit. You know, I hear anything, I'm up, and then I'm up for the night. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We have the Innings Festival. That's a giveaway at 11:45, and that's going to be a great event up in Tampa with some big rock bands and a lot of baseball players. And the way it looks right now, don't want to throw this out there, you might not be seeing baseball for a while. So this could be a great opportunity for you to have a great time with music and ex-ball players and a few Hall of Famers. You got Andrew Jones going to be there. Ozzie Smith's going to be there. It's pretty cool. It's a great event, and who knows? You might start seeing more of these events. It was funny the other day. What was it, Jimmy? You said Domino's? Was it Domino's who's offering jobs for baseball players, or am I mistaken?
Oh, I think
Papa John's.
Papa John's, I think, had a. They did a what is? I don't
It was like
know,
a spoof, right?
Seemed
They
like
were
a
just-
spoof of a type of a job help wanted ad.
It was smart, though. We got their name out there. I got their name wrong, obviously. But, yeah, I thought it was funny about that. But, yeah, baseball's on strike, so you never won't know. You might want to go to the Indians Festival and check it out and have a good time and enjoy yourself. Hopefully, baseball gets back before May. We'll see. Experts are not thinking that, but who knows? Maybe we get an agreement today. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll be back with some Florida stories and a lot more. Peace.
The radio station that all the other radio stations listen to. You're welcome. Real Radio 92.1.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call
Yo.
561-333-3333
Turn off that radio.
or go to
92.1 Real Radio.
4dinjured.com.
Love you
I'm
guys.
meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big with wide format signs and banners. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Offer ends 3/26. Visit staples.com/signage for details. Staples, the working and learning store.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on March 12th, the locker room will be in the Winner's Circle at Gulfstream Park. And we'll stop by the Tito's Raw Bar, pick up some Bloody Mary or maybe some seafood. Whatever you want, they got a Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. Make sure you get in the Winner's Circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Whether your horse wins or lose, you'll feel like you're cashing a ticket. It's Tito's Handmade Vodka, and the locker room is live March 12th at Gulfstream Park. They're off. Peace.
Slip and falls can be embarrassing, leaving you in pain and feeling like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. After a fall, document the scene by taking photographs. Make sure to get medical attention for any injuries you may have. If you've been injured in a slip and fall, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. On the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. So switch today and get cutting-edge speed with advanced security and be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business and ask how to add Security Edge. Or find out how to get a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Prepaid card offer ends 3/21/22. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
No payments till after summer at Palm Beach Harley on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until after summer on any new Harley at Palm Beach Harley now through Sunday.
No payments for 120 days. No interest for 90 days with approved credit.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach, one of my favorite spots. Every day there's another party open till 5 a.m. 5-star dining, beautiful ladies, and a great atmosphere. And put it on your calendars. March 12th, the House of Monroe's won a $500 costume contest on the line. It's beautiful ladies, great food, and a great music. It is the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach. Make sure next time you're out, you stop there and kick back and enjoy life. At Monroe's, baby. Peace!
Hi, this is President Donald Trump, and I'd like to invite you to join me at the American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the Florida Live Arena. We'll be live and in person along with my son Don, Kimberly Guilfoyle, Dan Bongino, Candace Owens, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and many other incredible patriots. We will be talking about how to defend our jobs, our borders, our liberty, and our God-given rights. I hope you'll join me in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th. It's the only time this event will be coming to South Florida. If you want to sign up to get your tickets for the American Freedom Tour, you have to go to AmericanFreedomTour.com and do it right away. I think they're going to be selling very quickly, and I hope to see you there. I look forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Go to AmericanFreedomTour.com for tickets as low as $9. The American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the FLA Live Arena. Once again, that's AmericanFreedomTour.com.
Are you ready? At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us, no matter how big or small your business is. Earn back when you spend, get exclusive offers, and paint rewards. It all adds up to help level up your business. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards and Partnership Program today. Minimum purchase required. Earnings and paint rewards awarded as Lowe's e-gift cards. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Valid through 12/31/22. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. U.S. only.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Crash in West Palm, southbound 95. This is just north of Belvedere Road. FHP reports it's on the left shoulder. You also had a car fire on the shoulder southbound Delray. This is at Atlantic Avenue. Looks like that's starting. Those backups are starting to subside in that area. No lanes are blocked. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop
That was very nice of her.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay.
Some Florida stories coming at you right now.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, this is an update, and the update is of a story I had brought up a couple weeks ago, and it looks like a guy wearing a bathrobe and a holster on his hip.
And a what on his hip?
A holster.
Holster, nice. He's packing.
So, Jimmy, you had sent me this as well, too, and this is the owner of a $1.1 million Florida home threatened to shoot his next-door neighbor and the man's dog in retaliation for the victim's leaf blowing so early in the morning.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So his name is Curtis Manfred Franz. He initially fired a pistol into the air 7 times in the morning as a neighbor on Sunnybrook Lane at a neighbor. And they said because he used a blower to remove leaves from his roof. Well, minutes after hearing the gunfire, the neighbor told police Franz appeared in his backyard holding a firearm. Franz, the victim recalled, told him to stop using his leaf blower and then pointed his pistol at the victim's dog and said, "I'm going to shoot your bleeping dog."
Jeez.
That's when I lose my mind.
Of course.
Yeah, that's when I
You
lose
shouldn't
my
have
mind.
be doing that at all. Even
Yeah.
I mean, and it's amazing to me how many stories with neighbors that it gets to that level.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. And again, said again, if you keep on using your blower, I'm going to shoot you. The neighbor told cops, by the way, as I mentioned, he was just wearing a robe and he decided, I got to put up my holster on my right hip. Because I got to carry my gun with me.
Most communities, though, they have like a time where you can start doing lawn work. I know PGA did.
Yeah.
Even cities have ordinances.
Yeah.
You got to read your association, I guess, docs and see
But I mean,
rules
if
and
it's-
regulations.
If it's within the time, there's really, the guy is wrong. I mean, first of all, he's wrong 100%. You never use violence and you get to that level. But if it's within the realm, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Well,
I think PGA was 9 a.m.
okay. I don't know what time it is over there.
No,
Like
no,
what their rules are.
No, I'm just saying in general.
No,
there
in
are-
general, he shouldn't be threatening to shoot someone. Even if this guy is in the wrong,
Yes.
due to association rules for using his leaf blower at 7:45 in the morning. I understand that he should get in trouble by the association. That's all the guy has to be is like, yo, you need to knock it off. The association rules say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I don't know that part of the story.
Yeah, file a complaint.
Yes.
Don't bring out a firearm.
And and threaten to shoot you and your dog.
terrible.
Yeah, that's the issue here.
By the way,
they said he was intoxicated too.
Oh,
shocker!
No surprise there.
Uh-huh.
I do have audio. I made it up one morning. I wanted to make sure I captured it, just to give you an idea of what it sounded like the one time. Guy's serious.
Wow.
That's great audio.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you.
That is insane.
You are Johnny on the spot.
Just don't do that, people. Don't do that.
Yeah, they said that. Yeah, when officers contacted Franz, they said he was still in his robe, appeared to be intoxicated by odor and slurred speech. They did recover 7 shell casings because I mentioned he shot in the air a few times, he was arrested for aggravated assault, which is a felony, and discharging a firearm in public, which is a misdemeanor. By the way, loaded, man. This guy lives in a really nice house. Over 4,400 square feet, $1.1 million.
$1 million. Sure is nice.
1.25 acres of land, 5 bedrooms. They call it an architectural sanctuary.
Nice.
Yes, built in the style of Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh, wow. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. It also has a koi pond. I'm like, ooh, this guy has a nice house.
Apparently he needs
handball
a sound
court.
wall
Yes.
of some sort.
Yes, he's got a handball court, a couple safe rooms. The safe room I get. the
house
other
has it.
guy needs a safe room,
Yeah,
actually.
really.
Yeah, and then this is crazy video. Go to realradio921.com. And this happened in Martin County. And I don't know if you saw this on the news this morning or last night. I saw it when I was at the gym and I was like, holy moly. So there was a gentleman, and you see as he's like trying to exit the convenience store. And you got to watch it because talking about it does not give it any justice. So this guy is walking out of the convenience store. And this happened Tuesday, I believe, at the Plantation Pantry, if you're familiar with that. It's on Hutchinson Island. So a 21-year-old woman driving an SUV meant to hit the brake. And this happens so much.
Yeah, it does.
But instead, accelerated, smashed through the glass doors of the store while a gentleman was walking out, all happy because he had his case of beer. He's like, I'm going to drink my beer. Struck him. He goes flying in the air. Sheriff's office called this just short of a miracle is what they said. The victim was taken to the hospitals with injuries to his face and is expected to recover. But while first responders were tending to the victim, he was, they said, was in unusually good spirits. He asked the deputies if the beer he just bought was okay. How's my beer?
Duh, it's important.
Is the beer okay? I mean, I don't care about my face and my body, but is my beer okay?
Well, he's okay.
That's where I got this from.
It's okay. I'm drunk. Doesn't hurt.
Probably thinking I'm going to be suing.
Yeah.
That is, and it happens all the time. 2 weeks ago, that big
Crazy.
situation with the Bentley in Miami.
And she didn't get charged for that. And same thing that's happening here. They say the driver will probably be cited for careless driving. I feel like there should be more than that.
Well, if it's an accident.
You just saw the video, right?
Oh, my God.
I know. And that guy. I said, okay, whatever beer he's drinking, lifetime supply, that should be a new ad. He should be the spokesperson because that's all he cared about was if my beer is okay. That guy deserves all the beers in the world after that. Can you see what kind of beer it is, Jimmy?
It looks blue, so my assumption would be Bud Light.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody give him somebody give him Bud Light for life.
That shade, sort of that shade of blue. It's a little blurry, the picture there, but
wow. Man. Yes.
Car ran right into him too.
Oh boy.
Thank God he's all right.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, no, crazy situation. And then finally, we have another naked man. Couple naked guys this week. We had the one who pooped on the guy's porch. The one who stole the American flag.
Every day there's a naked dude.
The one with the American flag. The one with the American flag. Now this naked man carrying a barbell is accused of threatening to kill another man. Shortly after burglary, deputies said a witness told them he heard a noise from a neighbor's house and saw Larry Gardner, 62 years young, naked outside and banging on the sliding glass door with a barbell. When witness approached him, he said that he held the barbell over his head and told him, "I'll kill you." Well, they say that the man who was approached him, and he's holding a barbell, slapped Gardner twice.
Really?
Getting him to drop the weight. That's all he had to do was slap him. So he dropped it. Gardner then picked up a metal rod from the resident's yard and started chasing the man. The man then pulled his gun and told Gardner to drop the metal rod. And then another neighbor came out to help tackle him to the ground. Now he is accused of committing a burglary. Immediately before the incident, he was arrested and faces charges of aggravated assault and armed burglary. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job there, Francis. All the time. We do it twice a show. In the Penthouse, we're going to come back with a couple phone calls, and Jimmy's got some news about some emojis coming our way. Just when I figured the other one's out. Jesus, it always happens.
Oh, they're just adding. So.
Yeah. Now they're going to throw new things.
The other ones are still there. You can still use those. You don't have to use the new ones.
And not me using them when I get them at me. I'm like, what the hell does this mean? It is the Greek. It's Francis. It's Jimmy. It's the Penthouse. It's Thursday. Peace.
The bad news, the brain isn't all that great at hearing stuff and remembering it. The good news, you can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 92.1.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
For over 150 years, CIBC has helped people go from where they are to where they want to be. From leading a few employees to managing an entire workforce. From starting local to going national. From generating wealth to generations of wealth. At CIBC, we believe a bank should take you from where you are to wherever you want to be. CIBC. Ambitions made real. CIBC Bank USA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, one of my favorite spots. Every day there's another party open till 5 a.m. 5-star dining, beautiful ladies, and a great atmosphere. And put it on your calendars. March 12th, the House of Monroe's won a $500 costume contest on the line. It's beautiful ladies, great food, and a great music. It is the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Make sure next time you're out, you stop there and kick back and enjoy life. At Monroe's, baby. Peace!
Serving my country changed my life forever, and when I got home, every day was a struggle. I felt trapped. But everything changed the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Whoever said the more the merrier sure wasn't in charge of hiring new employees, because the more unqualified candidates you have for a job, the more difficult your hiring can be, and that can make the process, well, not so merry for you. Thankfully, there's ZipRecruiter, which you can try right now for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology finds the right candidates for your job. But unlike other sites, ZipRecruiter goes deeper. ZipRecruiter matches people with people, and you can personally invite your top choices to apply, because the perfect hire is more than a list of qualifications. It's an individual. ZipRecruiter makes hiring the right person easy, and that'll keep you and everyone else very merry.
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's right, free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hi, this is President Donald Trump, and I'd like to invite you to join me at the American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the Florida Live Arena. We'll be live and in person along with my son Don, Kimberly Guilfoyle, Dan Bongino, Candace Owens, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and many other incredible patriots. We will be talking about how to defend our jobs, our borders, our liberty, and our God-given rights. I hope you'll join me in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th. It's the only time this event will be coming to South Florida. If you want to sign up to get your tickets for the American Freedom Tour, you have to go to AmericanFreedomTour.com and do it right away. I think they're going to be selling very quickly, and I hope to see you there. I look forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Go to AmericanFreedomTour.com for tickets as low as $9. The American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the FLA Live Arena. Once again, that's AmericanFreedomTour.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Crash in West Palm, southbound 95. This is just north of Belvedere Road. FHP reports it's on the left shoulder. You also had a car fire on the shoulder southbound Delray. This is at Atlantic Avenue. Looks like that's starting. Those backups are starting to subside in that area. No lanes are blocked. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, are you looking to bring fiber optics to your community? Learn about reliable fiber internet, world-class TV, and smart home services. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/bulk today.
Join iHeartRadio all month as we celebrate the passion, power, and immeasurable impact women have made in the world. It's Women's History Month. Enjoy great stations powered exclusively by females, like Women's History Month Radio, playlists like Women of R&B and Women Who Rock, and personally curated playlists by some of the most influential women.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Thursday. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for listening to R&R all the time. We appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. That's why 11:45 every day we got a giveaway we throw your way. Today, it is the Innings Festival, big event up in Tampa with some iconic groups and some Hall of Fame baseball players, and it might be your only chance to see some baseball players. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, happy little Friday.
And I believe we have a caller on hold.
We do. We have our good buddy Trucker James checking in with us. Trucker James, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hi, gang. How's it going?
Hey, good. Trucker James.
I wanted to tell you a motorcycle trip my wife and I were on. She has her own bike, and we were both riding the Blue Ridge up in Virginia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And we went to Gatlinburg, and we got some wine. So we had 4 bottles of wine in my saddlebag on my bike. We swung through and saw my grandma in Franklin, North Carolina. And then we were on our way back to our vacation place that we had in Virginia. And about 10 miles out from our final destination, I got in a motorcycle crash. I broke 4 ribs, but I did not break any of those 4 bottles of wine.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's impressive.
That says something about you, buddy.
Yeah.
You could hold my wine any day.
But, so, anyway, with the broken ribs, our week-long vacation that was going to be at the lake turned into a 6-week-long vacation. So that was kind of nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good parlay. 1 week to 6 weeks. God bless.
Couldn't go out on the jet skis, though. I tried. It hurt too much.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
I broke a rib years ago.
The fact that you tried, Trucker James.
No, I broke a rib years ago. I never forget it.
And there's really not much you can do about it.
Nope. You just wrap it up, and the worst part about it was the breathing, because it feels like you can't breathe.
I don't know if you sneeze or you got a cough.
Like that, cough, sneeze,
lap
laugh,
dance.
anything. Lap
Brutal.
dance, yeah.
It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Playing with pain.
Hooking.
So I apologize for not getting to call in on International Women's Day, but congratulations to you, Franny, and all empowered and strong women.
Oh, well, thank you. And I agree to all the women out there. Thank you, Trucker James.
Have a good day, Penthouse.
You too.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. Motorcycle accident, that part sucks. All the wine's still there. This guy gets hit. If you haven't seen the video yet, go to realradio921.com. This guy gets plowed by a car. I don't know if his beer is okay, but that's all he cared about. Is my beer okay? That he just purchased. I mean, I've seen impressive things, and I'm sure you have too, Jimmy, with some friends drinking where like they slip or fall or something, and then they hold the beer, nothing spills.
Yeah, it doesn't spill out, or they have one in a pool, and they slip in the pool or something, and they make sure that the hand is up in the air. All you see coming out of the water is the hand with holding the beer up so it doesn't spill.
I've seen that on the boat. I've seen people, and they don't slip, but jump in holding it, and they just they perfectly get in there with just their arm bobbing. I told you guys I used to have, well, I don't used to, I just haven't seen him in forever. An uncle on my father's side, and
with the cigarette?
Yeah, he used to impress the hell out of us when we were kids. We're like, how does he do that?
Oh,
so he would dive into her pool, and
amazing.
And he would be smoking, and then he would flip his cigarette inside of his mouth, dive in, and go all the way to the end of the pool without a breath. And then come back out and flip his cigarette back out and keep on smoking it.
That should be an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
You see a lot of times, too, with the beer is at baseball games. Guys will catch a ball.
Fly ball,
and they show the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, still got the beer.
Yeah, they always show that. Or every once in a blue moon, a ball will go right into the beer, actually fall into a cup.
Yeah.
But you always see people doing it. Before we took a break before, I told you Jimmy's going to tell us about some new emojis coming next week.
Yeah, apparently a new batch of emojis are hitting iPhones next week, and some of them seem a little bit more useful than others. For example, the world apparently needed a kidney beans emoji. I don't know why. And this is the update, and includes a pregnant man emoji. This country is so screwed. The update also includes a melting face emoji, a saluting emoji, which is pretty cool, a puppy dog eyes emoji that's holding back happy tears, a heart. A heart hands emoji. Okay, that just seemed weird. Heart and hands together for a minute. And then an empty nest emoji, a troll, a disco ball, and a low battery emoji. That's probably going to be the one that jumps out at me the most, right?
The low battery?
Low battery, right?
Oh, yeah, just send it to somebody. They need a charger.
Well, that, and people use it as an excuse why they can't talk. Low battery.
Oh, they were like,
Just
you're
send that.
sending me a text. All right. That's funny.
They're all citing 5 emojis of people with different skin tones shaking hands. That's pretty cool. They're all part of the new iOS update that's coming sometime next week. and they're being rolled out on Android devices too. So Android users, don't worry, you're going to get them as well. The iPhone updates also include new features that lets you use Face ID with a mask on. How does that work?
Maybe just your eyeballs? I don't know.
Well, at that point, don't just do a retina, right? You know,
Well, yeah.
if you can.
And they should, because it's so annoying. And also, well, I guess, yeah, because they can't tell with sunglasses on either. So sunglasses or mask, you got to flip up your sunglasses when you do it.
So with that mask on, I mean, I wonder if the mask has to match. Like, it would have to be the same mask so it can recognize that.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know. I guess it seems kind of weird. And like you say, I was thinking the same thing, because what do you see? Mostly the eyes, right? If you're wearing a mask properly, the nose should be covered as well. So I don't know. At that point, you would just think that you just do a retina. But
man, I guess I'm wrong. I thought that the guy was already there, the pregnant guy.
Guy?
Yeah, maybe we already saw an article about it.
Yeah, we talked. Apparently, it was in the news a couple of months ago for obvious reasons why that would create some controversy. And of course, that's when it was talked about heavily. Because even in the article that I read, I didn't put it on there, but it was, people thought that we already had it, but it's coming out next week, so it'll be there for everybody that wants to use it.
877-927-6969.
Don't worry, they didn't get rid of the eggplant for you.
Oh, thank God.
I didn't even know what that was for.
Thank God. You
just kept getting it. And you're like, what's with all these eggplants?
Well, you bring that up, and we talk about it, Megan and I, on our episode this week of Pillow Talk on Friday. But it was about emojis that I guess can help you like hook up. Some that women like in particular, and men as well. And just an FYI, women do not like to get the eggplant emoji. It does not help your game.
What does it mean anyway?
It's phallic.
Oh, okay. It's to represent the male member.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
And it's oftentimes followed by what? Is that teardrops or water droplets?
Yeah,
sweat. Is that what it's supposed
or
to be?
something.
The three little water droplets.
Yes, yeah. But that was one of the ones that women are like, oh, don't send that to me. That's not a turn on. For some reason, women enjoyed the emojis that they reply to are the hungry face. So it's like the smiley face with like a tongue to the side. They also like the smirking face, the face that goes, the tongue is one they reply to, the heart face, and then like the sassy girl. There's a few more, but those are the ones that the girls dig. The ones that they aren't replying to are eggplant, the bicep flex, or the fist bump.
Right.
Girls aren't down with the fist because they're like, I'm not your bro. Don't fist bump me.
Right.
And then the ones that guys don't dig or aren't replying or are replying to, excuse me, we'll say are first. They like the smirky face. They like the relieved face. They like they like the okay sign. They also like the tongue out, eyes shut face. They like the kissing lips, and they like the what they call the see no evil. It's a little monkey covering up his eyes.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's on their like too. I know, interesting. Ones they don't like. I love this. They don't like the Vulcan salute. I don't know what girl would send that.
I didn't even know it was there. I don't recall seeing that one.
These are ones that emojis men don't reply to. They don't like the crying face. They don't like the poop emoji. Or some call it chocolate soft serve, whatever you think it is.
Right.
And they don't like the engagement ring emoji.
Well, that's not a surprise.
Yes, do not send them the engagement ring. But
after last night, did I deserve this? Is that a little ring? Bing.
Yeah.
Do guys just, send randomly the eggplant emoji to women as like some sort of pickup line? I mean, is that something that happened?
Probably.
I've sent it, but I send it as a joke.
Yeah.
And typically to other guys. I mean, it's a joke.
I think that I think some guys do. I wouldn't put it past.
Well,
I think some girls might too. Some thirsty girls might send it to a guy being like, hey, I want some of that. And they may send it as well.
Right.
I don't know.
But when you say it in your context, like women don't like getting it or they don't reply it. I mean, I can't imagine sending that to somebody thinking it's some sort of serious pickup line.
Yeah.
I guess they do, though.
They do.
I guess really the answer to the question is you reading that simple fact. And
my husband
I can't imagine people would do that.
My husband sends me emojis while I'm sitting next to him on the couch, and it's always the same one, or should I say the same two? And I always replied, nope. I won't tell you what they are, but he always does.
I figured it's like, maybe get him a beer or something, right?
No.
Cookies?
It's that joke that the woman gets up to answer her phone that's in the kitchen, and it's a text from her husband saying, well, since you're in the kitchen, can you bring me back a beer?
That sounds about right.
I always love that one.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll be back with a couple phone calls and a trifecta, and we'll tell you about a movie that the Piano Man might be in, and a few other things. Peace.
Hi, this is Franny.
And this is Megan.
We're the hosts of Pillow Talk.
On this week's episode of Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan, you can find out how you can hang out with Franny and I in person this weekend. Plus, can somebody help Franny and I, by the way, because we are suffering from some road rage, aren't we, Franny?
Maybe. Maybe. And we are going to let you know the emojis you can use to get you a little bit more action. Plus, we're going to get into those DMs. That and so much more on this week's episode of Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by Kelley Blue Book. Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer is an official offer to buy your car. Enter your vehicle ID info, answer some questions, then get a no-obligation offer to sell or trade it. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car. Schedule a time and drive away with confidence. For all of the its, KBB.com it.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialize in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Do you know why GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer? Because we've made it so fast, so easy, and so darn reliable. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
As a marketer, you want to reach everyone, adults, teens, millennials, but it's not like these groups all hang out in the same place, right? Actually wrong. They're all right here, listening to radio commercials just like this one. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. That's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV. Want more of the people you want to talk to all in one place? Visit iHeartAdvertising.com and get AM/FM working for you. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
It's the Road to the Derby this Saturday at PBKC with live music from the Jeffrey James Gang Band from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy trackside barbecue, beers, bars, prizes, and lots of fun. Come out early for a great day of horse racing action from Santa Anita, Gulfstream, and more. PBKC is your entertainment destination with poker, casino-style table games, off-track betting, paddock dining, and exciting events like live music this Saturday. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
If you've been involved in a car accident, call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 and take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
I love when my friends stop by, but to help keep my friends and my family safe, I always spray Lysol in my home before guests arrive and again after they leave. Nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray. Lysol, what it takes to protect. Use as directed.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop, exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now, 7 convenient locations. Visit Glass That's chamberfl.com for more.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nope. Oh no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Hey, this is John Hope Bryant, entrepreneur and fellow builder, just like you. Thanks to the help of iHeartRadio and Prudential Financial, I'd like to present to you my brand new podcast, Building the Good Life, where each week a special friend and I will break down and unveil the mysteries of how you build. So if you're ready to build like you've never thought you could before, the best version of you, make sure to listen every Friday on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Crash in West Palm, southbound 95. This is just north of Belvedere Road. FHP reports it's on the left shoulder. You also had a car fire on the shoulder southbound Delray. This is at Atlantic Avenue. Looks like that's starting. Those backups are starting to subside in that area. No lanes are blocked. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast, now with a free drink with any breakfast sandwich purchase. The number one pick is in. Wendy's Breakfast, the official breakfast of
here.
Hello, good morning.
And we'll do a quick trifecta, and then we got a couple people on hold. We'll zap to them next.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Big East basketball game last night. Syracuse in a game where they ended up beating their opponents by a lot of points. But the big story was not that. Jim Boeheim's son actually punched a player at the foul line. And then after the game, Boeheim said he was pushing him, and my son just pushed back. No big deal. Him and a reporter got at it. I know it must be tough for Boeheim. That's his son. Then his son apologized. Syracuse today is playing 12 o'clock against Duke in the ACC tournament next round, but Boeheim's son got suspended. He did tweet out that he was wrong. But again, the story is really Jim Boeheim, how he handled it. Jim's a pro. He's been around years and years, been at Syracuse, I don't know how many years, 35, 40 years. Thought he should have handled it a little differently. I mean, it was obvious, but his son did punch the guy. He did tweet out and say he was sorry, made a mistake. But Boeheim was like, hey, he said to the reporter, can't we just agree that we disagree on the play? I don't know. I don't know if it was a good thing to do as a coach. And I know it must be very difficult when your son does something. But you got to be honest and look at the tape and say, man, he punched him. And you know what? That's not allowed. And he did get suspended after the game for the next day. Ironic thing was there was no foul called on that play. The refs didn't even see it. He punched a player. He did apologize to the player after the game, which was very nice. He said he was sorry, and the player said no good. But Syracuse playing North Carolina today. Boeheim's kid not playing. Carolina also a dark horse to win it all for the big madness, and that will start next week on Jimmy's birthday, the 17th. And don't forget, Sunday is when you can start asking somebody. It's the only time of year you go up to a girl and say, how's your bracket, and not get in trouble. Also, last night, Tiger Woods got into the Hall of Fame. His daughter made the speech, and it was a really sharp speech, really nice, touching. Talk about Tiger Woods in a lot of ways you didn't know if you're not a fan of Tiger, how he's always there for the kids, her and her brother. Doesn't miss one thing. You know, brought me back to my dad, who was always there for me and always was at all big occasions. And just that he, dress up as Batman and different things like that. And it was great for Tiger. Obviously, he's a good dad, which everybody knows, and he portrays that all the time. So hats off to Tiger Woods getting into the Hall of Fame, which was good. Another big NFL trade last night. Not a surprise, the Colts trade Carlton Wentz to Washington, and there is more speculation that other quarterbacks will be traded. And the draft is next month in April, and this is where a lot of guys started getting moved around. The big trade, obviously, was Russell Wilson 2 days ago. That was huge, going from Seattle to Denver. And Aaron Rodgers, it wasn't a surprise to a lot of people that he's staying in Green Bay for $200 million and $153 million guaranteed. That is the estimate. I hope he can live on that. And that is your trifecta. Jimmy, who do we have on hold?
We're going to start with Robert. Robert, welcome to the Penthouse.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, Robert. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. Hey, I just wanted to add a quick thing to talking about the snoring and the CPAP machine.
Yes, sir.
Can I just add something?
Of course.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. My mother-in-law came in from work one night. She had a CPAP machine she used every night. So she comes in from work one afternoon, really tired, turns the TV on, lays down on the couch, puts out the CPAP machine, and she passed away right there laying on the couch.
Wow. That is crazy. I am so sorry.
Yeah, that's terrible.
56. She's 56 years old.
56 years young. That is young.
Yeah, way young.
Yeah, I know, but she like I say, she used it every night, and she just came in there to take a little nap, and that was the last thing that she knew. She went to sleep without it, and they said she probably just suffocated or whatever. Whatever you do with whatever the CPAP takes care of.
Yeah.
It she couldn't breathe, so I don't know whether it gives you a heart attack. I think they put down heart attack is what they said, but I think it's still the CPAP machine is what did it, not having it on. So be wary of that, other folks out there. If you're gonna lay down, well, you might need to go ahead and get it. Make sure to take it on trips and hotel stays, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, what a tragedy, though. I'm so sorry, but thank you for the PSA.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for holding on too for us, Robert. Next up, we have Bill.
Bill, what's happening?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
It's going. How's it going?
Hey, good. Good, real good, thank you. I just heard you mention something about Tiger's induction last night into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yesterday you told us it was Friday, you idiot.
No, I made a mistake.
Thanks, Bill.
I guess that's what Google's for.
My bad. Sorry, brother.
He just didn't want anybody else to watch it except himself. It's all for me. It's all for me.
When I saw the news last night, I said, I thought it was supposed to be Friday. That's what I read. And I saw last night that Tiger got in, so it's my bad. I dropped it.
I'm sure it's on YouTube.
You mean you read something that wasn't accurate?
It happens.
Oh, my goodness.
It
isn't so.
It does happen. The Piano Man is Billy Joel, and it looks like he might be involved with a movie coming up.
Yeah, so
really?
It's not necessarily him being involved in a movie that's coming up, but it's a movie that's going to be about him. So it's a Billy Joel biopic.
Okay.
And Piano Man, I guess, has been greenlit by Gigante or Gigantic Studios, and they're saying it's an exclusive. So this, I guess, Michael Jai, I believe, Whites, with Adam Ripp are attached to write and direct it. And the biopic is supposed to follow his early years from being discovered by his first manager, who was Erwin Mazur at the age of 16, to playing in a Long Island cover band in the 60s, to his breakout performance in 72 that captured the attention of Clive Davis. So when you say Billy Joel, from all of his reps, it's claiming that he is not involved with the film.
Okay.
Yeah. So is it going to be as accurate as we want it to be? Maybe. But they say, and that no rights in music, name, likeness, or life story will be granted. So how do you do all that without, having a great movie without having his music? So that's very, very interesting. I don't know how they're doing it, but I guess this guy acquired the life rights to Mazur, and Mazur was his first manager. So he managed Billy Joel from 1965 to 1972. So this was a year before his commercial breakthrough. So they have this guy's rights to his life. So I guess it's going to be kind of told through his eyes.
Sure.
Which is interesting. So I'm curious to see how it will be. You know, because of course, when you see a biopic about somebody like Billy Joel, you want him to be part of it, to be accurate. It doesn't happen all the time.
No.
Doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of documentaries out there where whatever artist has not signed off on it.
Oh, no, there's been tons. I mean, Elvis, everybody. And then again, it could be about their managers, people around them, their recall of what was going on in their career at the time.
Yeah, but like the music, right? So the music needs for the film are yet to be determined. I mean, you think of the music part would be such a big part of it, the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you would think that would be one of the biggest parts, obviously, but they're just going to probably tell the story of those 7 years. Like you said, 65 to 72. I know Billy Joel had some other problems. One of his other managers stole millions and millions of dollars from him. That was a really bad situation for him. But this is a situation where, like you said, they're not going to get their music. And I'm sure they already reached out to Billy Joel, and he must have said, no, I don't want to be involved in it. I'm not going to do this. But yeah, the music you would think would be the biggest part of it, and obviously the background. And it's always good to see how people start out before they were really famous, and what their big break was. And again, it was a different time, where you had to bring tapes to record studios, music companies, stuff like that, and get it on radio stations. Try to be, just get that played out, and just get noticed by Clyde Davis, like you said, one of the biggest record dealers. Big guy for years.
I just find it to be a little difficult to do a Billy Joel biopic without his music or likeness as well, too. His likeness, too.
Yes,
they haven't granted his likeness.
Yeah, they're talking about the filmmaker explore and celebrate the untold story of how Billy Joel became the piano man.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that? I mean,
well, they're probably going to just tell us through the manager's eyes. You know what I mean? Of what he saw, what he witnessed, what he went through those 7 years. Because just before that, then he became famous. And I mean, if you know Billy Joel, you know the stories. He played in a lot of small places, New York, New Jersey.
But legally, right? And if you know this, because I don't know if we do, if they don't have rights to his likeness, can they even be allowed to use his name? If the likeness and life story, like if that's all off the table, can you even use his name?
I've always wondered that. I mean, because if you don't have it copyrighted, I mean, I guess you can, right? I mean,
okay.
Maybe they'll do like a silhouette of a guy playing the piano or something like that. Who knows? I mean, Billy Joel's so big; he's got so many fans.
Can they do the likeness of him? Maybe just like you say, maybe a shot from the back, a shadowy type of sitting at a piano with maybe a hairstyle that's similar to whatever year they're trying to depict it. It would kind of be similar. I don't know if they do something along those lines. I mean, I guess they could still get the rights to the music because that is just a matter of striking a deal monetary wise.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess the whole thing could be a deal could be made if Billy Joel was interested. Maybe he's not interested. I don't know.
Yeah, you would think by this point where they're coming out with, they probably went to him already.
You would think, right?
And he probably was like, no, I don't want to do it. Maybe there's some bad blood with him and the first manager. Who the hell knows?
Could be.
You never know. Or maybe he just feels that, the first manager shouldn't even really have a reflection of his life. You're 72. I mean, that's 50 years ago. Or there could be a time in his past where he doesn't want certain things to come out. I mean, there could be stuff like that.
Maybe he's like, listen, if I want to do a movie, I want it to be on my terms.
Of course.
Yeah. And maybe that's it. So we got a couple texts showing you some love because that last call, 47142, started off with Real Radio. Somebody texts in, and listen, I'm just reading the text. So if you're listening, it's not me. Says, Bill, you douche. You can't call Greek an idiot, you dumbass. Somebody else wrote that. Says, wow, that guy is mean. No need to name call. He's the Greek. It's expected for him to get things wrong and misspeak. That's why we love him, and that's why he has lasted so long in his career, because he is special. Leave our Greek alone. And then we got another one that says, we love you, Greek. So you got a lot of love coming in the text line because you are upset that you got called a name.
Well, I appreciate that, but I was wrong. And when you're wrong, and people want to say that you made a mistake, I made a mistake.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to go name calling. That's all.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sticks and stones.
Yeah, the whole world's not going to like you. At the end of the day, it's, if you got 3 people to carry your casket, you're in good shape. 877-927-6969.
Only 3?
I hope strong.
Holy moly.
Well, I'm in good shape.
I mean, I was going to say, if it's me, I get it because I'm tiny, but come on.
I'm in good shape.
Balsa wood casket, maybe.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I'd be wrapped in a blanket.
That's heavy.
Armani.
Only 3 people.
877-927-6969. If you want to jump in on anything we've talked about this morning or even yesterday, if you have something, feel free to call. Also, you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com, or text Franny at, well, not Franny, Real Radio 47142.
Text me.
Talking about being nice and sending emails like that and texting to defend our good buddy Greek here. Here's one that somebody that is taking the high road too. If you're hoping some Kim and Kanye drama on the new Hulu series, The Kardashians, well, don't hold your breath. Apparently, in a new interview with Variety magazine, Kim said, quote, "Being in a public eye and having disagreements publicly is never easy, but I do believe in handling it all privately. I believe in praising publicly and criticizing privately. I don't think I would ever criticize the father of my children on my TV show. That's just not what she's about, apparently. And she doesn't think that that would ever make me feel good. I've always really respected what the kids see. She does not want them to see any harshness between the two, right? So one thing Kim will talk about, though, and this is what I think a lot of people are interested in right now, is Pete Davidson. She's promising us, quote, the details that everyone wants to know about their relationship. Dun, dun, dun. But Pete hasn't filmed anything as of yet right now, so they're not sure exactly how that's going to be portrayed. But, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool for her to take the high road, especially since it would be really easy for, well, she probably has a meaner reputation, which maybe is fair or unfair. But
never thought. I never knew or thought of her as having a mean.
Well, I don't know about mean. Probably more snobby, if anything, right? That type of thing. But that's kind of cool to hear, right? I mean, it's nice that she said that she's going to keep that stuff behind closed doors if there are any problems, which you got to kind of imagine. And there's a little bit there, especially with the way he's kind of been coming out and acting I don't know, a little silly, crazy, a little bit
loco,
but that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear on her end, like you said. You should always hope on both sides. But he's obviously he's hurt. He's heartbroken. He wrote that poem the other day, "I'm Dead." So I mean, he's out there, and I don't think also she wants to start mudslinging, because then she'll say something, then he's going to come back with something, and then ultimately, you know what? It is out there for the kids to see it all the time.
Yep.
And that's the one thing, as a parent, I'm sure at least half of this audience has gone through a divorce with children. You got to think of the kids.
Yep, and that sounds exactly what she's doing, too. She doesn't want them to see that. They doesn't want to see them arguing or bickering. I would imagine she probably even takes that to the public or the private side, too, where if they do have any disagreements, I would imagine after reading this, they probably don't do it in front of the children. That's great parenting right there.
Yeah, and then also there's an element where they're larger than life. They're out there. And that's
makes
a big
it even harder, right?
Yeah, makes it even harder. He's in a public eye too, like I said, and then she's dating again, and not that she shouldn't be dating. That's part of life. But I'm sure he's got his boys saying, "I can't believe what she's doing," and different things happen in all relationships. You never hear two people break up. At least I haven't, and both of them have the same story. There's usually some kind of difference.
Yeah.
I've always seen that. Just different things. I mean, everybody has a different take on everything, so I think that's cool that it's going that way. And with Kanye, like you said, his behavior has not been great, obviously, because he's in the public. Now, if he calls her up and says this, nobody really knows.
Yeah. I'm curious how much are getting paid for this. So I guess they already have 40 episodes that they signed a contract with Hulu. And they said that their mom, obviously, momager, Kris Jenner, they said fights like a pit bull, they said. And they left all the dirty work to her to negotiate with Hulu. And they said they stepped up to a very great deal.
Yeah, the rumor is
curious how much that because they left. Yeah, they left E basically to go do the same thing on Hulu. So it had to been money. Money talks.
I was going to say, how much difference is this? I mean, it just sounds like, whoa, didn't they do this already?
Yeah,
almost 3 or 4 times they're saying what they were getting paid. It's 9 digits.
Yeah.
Is what is being brought.
They're saying money is a big factor on why they left.
Of course.
Yep. The family's worth an estimated like $5 billion, by the way.
As a family.
And that TV income is just a small part of it.
Yeah. But again, they had some problems with a couple of them saying, "Hey, I don't want to do it anymore." Courtney was one of the problems. But then, her life has changed now, so she's in love, so now she's okay to film. For a while there, she said she felt like she was getting picked on and, all the drama that she had. But, you're getting paid all that kind of money, and the mom's the boss. There's no doubt about it. She's the genius behind everything. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Thursday. I hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying yourself. The weather's perfect today. It really is. Yesterday was beautiful today. If you like hot weather, it was some people thought it was too hot yesterday. It was like at almost 90 in certain spots. The weather.
Yeah, it was.
I think yesterday,
like
right?
91 was one place I saw.
Yeah, I think a couple places broke records yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very hot yesterday, and just the way. You know what I mean? We might not even have a spring. Who knows what's going to happen?
And
I know
we're not. Bit of that summer humidity too. That came with it as well yesterday.
Yeah. We're not gonna have maybe a spring, and we might not have any baseball right now. We'll see what happens. It is the Penthouse. We're gonna come back with some fun facts and a lot more. Don't forget 11:45 big giveaway. The Innings Festival, some beautiful tickets that you guys will enjoy to see some big bands and obviously some ball players in Tampa. It is the Greek Francis and Jimmy. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It's back and better than ever. Join us at Palm Beach Outlets on Saturday, March 26th for the Tastings Food and Wine event. Try unlimited samples from some of the area's best restaurants and finest wines, plus live entertainment. It's Tastings at Palm Beach Outlets Saturday, March 26th. Get your advance tickets now for just $25 at pbtastings.com or be the first to sample with a VIP ticket that gets you in an hour before everyone else. Tastings, sponsored by Humana, Florida A&M University's Mary, Sprouts Farmers Market, and presented by Dr. G's Urgent Care, the best urgent care in South Florida. From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast, now with a free drink with any breakfast sandwich purchase. The number one pick is in. Wendy's Breakfast, the official breakfast of March Madness. Choose your starting lineup, like the Breakfast Baconator or Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit, and enjoy oven-baked bacon, fresh cracked eggs, seasoned breakfast potatoes, and Simply OJ. Choose wisely, choose Wendy's.
Hayes the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official vodka of the PGA Tour. Tito's Handmade Vodka is bringing a taste of the good stuff to the green. Add a dash of Tito's swing oil for their first tee. Tito's at the turn, that's always a good concept. Finish the 19th hole with a different kind of round. High or low handicap, Tito's Handmade Vodka always helps. The official vodka of the PGA Tour. Between bogeys and birdies, there's only one thing to do. Add Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace!
COVID-19 vaccination rates among pregnant women remain low throughout the U.S. and even lower among pregnant Black women. We asked Dr. Rachel Villanueva of the National Medical Association about the benefits of vaccination for women and their unborn children.
We understand there are a lot of concerns, and women when they're pregnant have concerns about taking anything because they don't want to do anything to potentially impact the pregnancy. But we have great data, real-world data. We have data from our clinical trials that the vaccines are safe, they're effective, they don't negatively impact the pregnancy, there's no risk of miscarriage, there's no risk of impacting a person's fertility, male or female. So it's really important for us to make sure those messages get out there and not the misinformation that's caused people not to want to get vaccinated.
For continuous updates and to find a COVID-19 vaccine or booster near you, check out vaccines.gov.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Medi-Share works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Everyone knows drinking and driving is against the law and extremely dangerous. If you've been drinking, you could easily make the bad decision to get behind the wheel. A decision that could be fatal. If you're going out to celebrate St. Patrick's Day and plan on drinking, keep yourself and others safe by planning a sober ride home. Whether it's a taxi, rideshare, sober designated driver, or having a trusted friend on call, planning for a sober ride home is the smart and safe thing to do. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by NHTSA.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, one of my favorite spots. Every day there's another party open till 5 a.m. 5-star dining, beautiful ladies, and a great atmosphere. And put it on your calendars. March 12th, the House of Monroe's won a $500 costume contest on the line. It's beautiful ladies, great food, and a great music. It is the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Make sure next time you're out, you stop there and kick back and enjoy life. At Monroe's, baby. Peace!
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
In West Palm Beach, an accident that's causing some slowdown southbound 95 just north of 45th Street. And there could be a lane or two blocked there. Also, disabled vehicle blocking the exit ramp if you're heading south into Broward. This is southbound 95 on the exit ramp to Hillsborough Boulevard. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, are you looking to bring fiber optics to your community? Learn about reliable fiber internet, world-class TV, and smart home services. Visit bluestreamfiber.com.
Surprised about that last night, but hopefully they bounce back. They're still tied for first place in the NBA Eastern Conference with the playoffs about 14 games away. Give or take a game. Could be off a game. Jimmy's in the house.
Good morning.
And Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
And it's the time that we salute Franny with emoji. Hello. It's time for some fun facts.
It's Franny's fun facts. What emoji are you using to salute me?
There's a new one. He said that's coming out next week that you can salute people.
The salute emoji? All right, nice.
Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was on the list.
All right, so today's holidays, there's a few, and I like to base my fun facts around our holidays, and I'll just give you a couple interesting ones, not ones that I'm doing, but it is, we've got Landline Telephone Day, and Jimmy mentioned that in his This Day in History. Popcorn Lovers Day.
Ooh.
So all you popcorn lovers.
Don't confuse them.
What?
Cracker
Unite,
Jacks?
yeah.
I just found out Cracker Jacks is popcorn.
National Ranch Day. You didn't just find, you found that out like 6 months ago.
Same thing.
What's
Same
6
thing.
months ago? Seems like only yesterday.
National Ranch Day. So everybody who loves ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't mean live on a ranch? It means like ranch dressing?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ranch dressing. And then the one that I am going to embrace is Mario Day, like Super Mario.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
no kidding.
I
He
thought a
has his
bookmaker.
own day. In fact, here are some facts about him you may not know. Mario's first appearance. Do you know what game it was in? Jimmy, I'm not gonna ask G because I feel like he doesn't know.
Well, you might be fooled.
All right, G. G, hold on, let me ask Greek because he said I might be fooled.
Monopoly.
All right. Do you know Jimmy?
It's like Donkey Kong.
You are correct.
Yes!
Ding, ding, ding.
Downstairs.
1981 arcade
Want to see where I pulled that out of?
That'd be different.
platformer. I bet it's easy because you're not wearing pants. 1981. Yep. Donkey Kong was the first game created by Shigeru Miyamoto, but it was also technically the first Mario game. It involved a large monkey, if you don't know, throwing barrels down slopes, and players had to control a character named Jumpman to top off each level while dodging the monkey's projectiles to save the princess. Anyways, Jumpman would later be named Mario.
It's always about saving a princess.
It always is.
Piece of ass to get you every time.
So yeah, always,
Every time.
always. Who runs the world?
Women.
Girls.
Ask somebody that works at a divorce court, except Kelly Clarkson's husband.
Oh man, that sucks. Mario was named after a real estate developer in Washington.
No kidding.
Yes.
I was wondering why they got that name.
Yeah, 1981, Nintendo was renting out a warehouse in Tukwila, Washington to use as their American headquarters. So according to NPR, a man named Mario Segal left an impression on the Nintendo tenants when he stormed into their office demanding late rent. They said that even Segal's predilection for overalls, and I guess he wore overalls and had a short stature, seemed to influence Mario's design through the years. So he was their landlord and a developer there in an apartment that they rented out.
Well, I wonder if that guy's around.
Or a warehouse, shall I say.
I wonder if that guy's around. He wants to sue for millions of dollars that you took my likeness and made $1 billion business. Right?
But they said that another guy who knew him said Segal's confirmed that he wasn't very tall, but he wore suspenders. He didn't wear overalls, so they kind of changed his likeness.
They kind of changed a little. Imagine if he found that out, though. He'd still be pissed. They took it from him.
I mean, this guy has a legacy forever, right? This dude's he's already passed away, but he's going to have an impression on all the Nintendo because he's embodied what the company's mascot basically is.
Yeah, but I think he'd rather have some money. They should have gave him some money down the road when they made big money.
Did you also know? So everybody, when you think of Mario, right? You're just like, okay, he's a plumber. The only occupation, right? He's a plumber, right? Isn't that what you think?
That was the idea. Yeah, because and then part of the game is you go through the tubes, right?
Yeah, he's a plumber.
Pipe.
They even have a movie. I can't remember who's in it, but I know John Leguizamo plays Luigi. But he's actually had, throughout 35 years, 12 occupations.
Wow.
Yes.
No kid.
He's been a carpenter, a plumber, a doctor, a racer, a martial artist, a baseball player, a soccer player, a basketball player, a pro golfer, a tennis player, a construction worker, and an Olympic athlete.
Jack of all trades.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes, yes.
Mario.
Union guy?
Mario.
Union, yeah. 643.
Teamsters 643.
Yeah, Newark, New Jersey.
That's a tough one.
Don't want to mess with them.
No wonder he does so well.
Yeah, you're never late with your union dues.
No, because then you hear.
So this is interesting. The dude who voices Mario, they say Mario's video game voice actor showed up uninvited to the audition. So they had a bunch of other people, and this guy was not supposed to be there. His name is Charles Martinet, and he's voiced Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, and more Mushroom Kingdom characters since 1995. But they say it's all thanks to a friend who urged him to go to the audition in Las Vegas. It was at a trade show that he was not invited to. But when Martinet showed up, the audition crew had already starting to put away their gear. So they were already done with auditions.
Wow.
Fortunately enough for him, they still allowed him to try out.
That's awesome.
How about that? Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have, I don't know if you do, Jimmy. Do you have the voice of Mario? Because I don't know what that sounds like.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah. So they explained, you're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn, a character in a video game for Nintendo called Mario. So make up a voice, make up a video game, and start talking. And when you stop, that's your audition.
Wow.
So he did it, and he did it well enough that they were like,
forget about it.
You're hired.
Your clog is plumbed.
That's what?
Whatever.
Your clog is plumbed.
It's plumped?
Plumbed.
Plumber, clog, plug, plumb. Clog drain.
Wow, wait, what? You said another word, really?
Should we get rid of it?
I don't know. Do you have to? I don't know. Oh, okay.
Try.
What? And after 35 years, it's not surprising that Mario has set or even broken some records. Here are some of the most notable ones. The voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, holds a record for the most video game voiceover performances as the same character. As terrible as it is, the Super Mario Bros. Film was the first ever movie based on a video game. And it was not that good. I told you that's the one with John Leguizamo. Mario has the record for the most prolific video game character. He also has the record for the longest running video game character. And the last big record Mario holds is the best-selling video game series of all time.
Yeah, because I remember the days when it first came out. That goes back into the 80s, and there was no voice.
Yeah.
When you say, who's the voice? I don't know. I've never played the more modern ones where he talks.
Yep. And that's crazy. He has over... Mario has been in, maybe not his games in general, but Mario has been in over 255 games, they say, with more on the way.
Wow, really?
255.
That's a
People
franchise.
love it.
Wow.
That's insane.
People love it, though, obviously.
Yeah. And do you know what Mario's last name is?
Linguini?
Nope. You don't, because he doesn't have a last name. They say many people have speculated Mario and Luigi's last name over the years. However, Nintendo officially says the brothers don't have one.
Oh.
They say despite this 1993 Super Mario Brothers film, they said had a funny solution. Since Mario and Luigi are referred to as the Mario Brothers, that would mean their last name was in fact Mario, because they're called the Mario Brothers. So people are like, oh, if they're called the Mario Brothers, does that mean that the last name is Mario?
Mario?
Yeah, and I guess they make a joke about it in the movies. They say thereby making the plumber's name Mario and Luigi Mario. But yes.
Okay, I see.
Yes, but the creator was like, no, this isn't a thing. And that is your fun facts for the day.
Great job, Francis. Always at 11:05, Fran to give it to us. 11:45, we got a giveaway for you guys. The Innings Festival coming at you in Tampa. And also, when we come back, Jimmy's going to talk about a little bit about what people were doing for a while. They were just walking in saying, I quit. And then maybe after the fact, people maybe thought differently. Also, we got a great drop to go with this that I love. And you'll think it's funny, too, in the Penthouse. And we'll return. Peace.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. When you buy a home with Rocket Mortgage, you'll have a team of experts to help you every step of the way. Forget unwanted surprises and unanswered questions. That's not how they work. You'll feel informed and confident at every turn. When you're ready to buy or refinance, Rocket can.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers with Windows 11 Pro and get an easy start to your workday. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Americans don't trust big media. The source you can trust is Newsmax. Find it on all major cable systems or download the free Newsmax app on your phone. Millions are watching Newsmax and the Newsmax team with Rob Finnerty, Eric Bowling, Sean Spicer and Lindsey Keith, Greg Kelly, Stinchfield and Rob Schmidt. Plus weekends with Huckabee, Diamond and Silk, Gorka and Wendy Bell. 20 million people have made the switch to Newsmax. Try it. You may never go back.
Join iHeartRadio all month as we celebrate the passion, power, and immeasurable impact women have made in the world. It's Women's History Month. Enjoy great stations powered exclusively by females, like Women's History Month Radio, playlists like Women of R&B and Women Who Rock, and personally curated playlists by some of the most influential women in music, like Shania Twain and Madonna, plus tons of featured podcasts like The History Chicks, Red Table Talk, and Stuff Mom Never Told You. Let iHeartRadio be your Women's History Month one-stop audio destination.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Macy's One Day Sale has great deals of the day, like 60% off cookware from Martha Stewart Collection, Sedona, and more. Pick out some new sparkle with 60% off select Effie Fine jewelry. Then add designer suits to his rotation, now 50 to 60% off. Plus, Star Rewards members earn rewards even faster during Macy's Star Money Bonus Days, starting tomorrow. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
This game moves fast, so in order to win, I make sure every shot counts. Every shot counts when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccine, too. I got my shot months ago, so I can protect myself. It's safe and effective. In the fight against COVID-19, every shot counts. Schedule your shot today. This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Hi, this is President Donald Trump, and I'd like to invite you to join me at the American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the Florida Live Arena. We'll be live and in person along with my son Don, Kimberly Guilfoyle, Dan Bongino, Candace Owens, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and many other incredible patriots. We will be talking about how to defend our jobs, our borders, our liberty, and our God-given rights. I hope you'll join me in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th. It's the only time this event will be coming to South Florida. If you want to sign up to get your tickets for the American Freedom Tour, you have to go to AmericanFreedomTour.com and do it right away. I think they're going to be selling very quickly, and I hope to see you there. I look forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Go to AmericanFreedomTour.com for tickets as low as $9. The American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the FLA Live Arena. Once again, that's AmericanFreedomTour.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
In West Palm Beach, an accident that's causing some slowdown southbound 95 just north of 45th Street. And there could be a lane or two blocked there. Also, disabled vehicle blocking the exit ramp if you're heading south into Broward. This is southbound 95 on the exit ramp to Hillsborough Boulevard. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Racetrack. Racetrack's here with whatever gets you going at everyday low prices. Like buy one pizza slice, get one for $1, 2 for $4 breakfast sandwiches, or even 2 for $3.50 soft pretzels. I'm in. You in? Get going at Racetrack.
Hey, this is John Hope Bryant, entrepreneur and fellow builder, just like you. Thanks to the help of iHeartRadio and Prudential Financial, I like to present to you my brand new podcast, Building the Good Life, where each week a special friend and I will break down
$100 costume contest on the line. Great food, 5-star menu, and beautiful ladies all the time, 7 days a week at Monroe's in Palm Beach. Get over there this weekend and celebrate. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And something that was popular a little while ago with people just walking in saying, I'm out of here. Jimmy's got a little story about it.
Yeah, well, apparently we love to see what they do with surveys and research, and they had found that 41% of employees who rage quit or emotionally or impulsively leave their jobs tried to get them back. Here's a surprising number. 78% of people who tried to get them back, they got it back. Employers actually took them back.
Wow.
These days, I get it, right? Because everybody's they're dying for workers, short-staffed.
Sure. The definition, by the way, for this article, and because I don't exactly consider this the same, but the definition that was used here for rage quitting is employees that quit their job without a backup plan because they're just fed up with something or they've just gotten to a breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily somebody that, was very angry or yelling or that type of quote unquote rage. That's where I sort of, use that word a little bit more literally. Or something like this that we might have heard in the past.
That's it. This is it. I'm done. Through. It's over. I'm gone. Finished. Over. I will never work for you again. Look at you. You think you're an important man? Is that what you think? You are a laughing stock. You are a joke. These people are laughing at you. You're nothing. You have no brains, no ability, nothing. I quit.
Well, apparently George Costanza there was probably amongst part of the majority of people that think that poor management, toxic boss, excessive work stress were some of the reasons why they would quit. Another one was toxic coworkers and the culture of overworking. Those are the top reasons why people are rage quitting. Next to finally getting down to number 6, being underpaid. I would have thought that the salary part would have been a little bit higher on that list, right? Apparently it's not. Apparently it's more about the bosses and the work environment. More than half of those who rage quit expressed anger towards their employer, and 76% let their employer know what their issues were. Just because many employees express regret and end up wanting to return to their jobs doesn't mean employers should be concerned about rage quitting. Actually, they should be. It can cause major issues at companies and come seemingly out of nowhere. In fact, most people who rage quit didn't give any kind of notice. And that's what really surprises me with a lot of these. If 78% of companies are taking them back for people to just quit on the spot and leave, 69% of rage quitters simply walked out of work never to return. An additional 17% stopped showing up. Just that's it. Boom. I'm not going to go anymore.
No call, no show is what we call those.
No call, no show.
Yep.
So what can employers do to try to prevent rage quitting? Here are some changes managers made, and according to this article, and that happened to work. Start checking with employees, and you know what? This is going to. I'm going to read this list off. But to me, it's all pretty much one simple thing, which is communication. Start checking in with employees more often, listening to employees more, try to be more available for employees, communicated more honestly, asked for employee feedback, and offered more solutions to specific employees' issues, creating more team building opportunities, schedule more meetings with employees, and use a new employee review process. Bottom line, all of that you can add up to me. Communication.
Absolutely.
Not one thing there about salary.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It seems weird that salary isn't up there, not only for the people that rage quit, but also as the solution to bring some of these people back.
Well, and that's probably it, right? That's why, obviously they're coming back without a raise or anything like that, but they may have had a discussion with their employer, like, this is why I left. I felt like there was no communication between us, and maybe they had the discussion and the employer got it, went through their head, and they're like, okay, well, things will change. I don't know. Or it's just...
Well, you have no juice when you quit and you go back. You can't go back and ask for a raise, too, if you quit and be a DB. Like, you don't give anybody then you're going to go back and go, I want to come back and give me a raise. They're going to tell you screw.
Yeah.
That's
well, only from the standpoint, I guess, if you quit because of money, then whether or not that, but apparently money is low on his list here. It's not a big, not as much as anyway, according to this study.
Well, that's what I'm going by.
I think if you go out there to other people, though, I think you'd find difference.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, you're going by the list that's not on there. So if you do quit on an employee with no notice, they're going to be angry, obviously. They're losing you. Yeah, they'll take you back, but I don't think you have much leverage. For them to take you back is nice enough, obviously. Then if you go back and you say, hey, I know I quit on bad terms in a way, can you give me a raise? I'm sure it's not going to happen. Not always. It depends on the employee, if the employee is good or not, or what they have to work with. But it's got to be tough to be taken back and to ask for a raise. But it could happen.
It didn't say too. I mean, out of the, said 78% of the employers took the employees back after it.
That's high.
And again, rage quitting.
It is.
Now, again, I don't know. I define it a little bit differently. But I guess maybe some of them just did this and walked right back in on a Monday.
How you doing?
What are you doing here?
What? I work here.
I thought you quit.
What, quit?
Come on.
Who quit?
Is that Costanza over there? What are you doing here?
What?
Am I crazy? Or didn't you quit?
When?
Friday.
Oh, what? That? Are you kidding? I didn't quit? Why? You took that seriously.
George Costanza.
One of the greatest scenes in
It is
TV.
great.
I didn't quit. Come on. Good morning.
What are you gonna?
Who picked up the Danish?
You thought I was serious?
Come on. I brought bagels and lox. We're hanging out. Let's talk. How about a team building thing tonight? What do you say? Happy hour on me? Anyone? Raise your hand. Anyone? Oh, George was great. He really was. Yeah, so just think when you're going to do something. I mean, I think everybody, one time or another in their job, wakes up one day and say, hey, I want to quit today. And a lot of it is your immediate supervisor. That happens a lot of time. But, think about it, because if you don't have a backup plan, which Jimmy just said, that's the worst thing.
And that was the definition that they used as far as what rage quitting was. Just not having a plan, just quitting without another job set up, without some sort of other monetary income coming in, some sort of a secondary job that you already have, no other way, marrying a rich dude.
Yeah. Should be top of the list.
That's my goal.
Whatever works.
That's my goal.
Yeah, get off me. Yeah, you and me both, pal. Let's go. Let's go hunting.
Don't start fighting over the same guy. Come on.
Did you find anybody at the Red Meat Lovers Club event last night? 'Cause there you go.
There was a lot of guys there last night. I gotta say.
Yeah.
I said I found a pair of keys. It always works. I found a pair of Rolls Royce keys. Who's has one? Then I know who. Yeah, they raised their hands. Bentley. Yeah. Okay. All right. I gotta concentrate on these 4 guys. They raised their hands. They got Bentley keys, and then I can rock and roll.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it yesterday. I know it was one of the topics that G had, but man, talk about somebody who made out. Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband.
Oh, yeah?
They settled that divorce, and so she's got to pay Brandon Blackstock over $1.3 million plus an insane amount of monthly spousal support. So I guess that $1.3 million is one-time fee, right, that she has to pay him, one
All
payment.
right.
And then there's also the spousal support that I saw. Let me see.
$46,000?
That's monthly child support of $45,600 for their 2 children.
Right, that's the children.
Yes,
All right.
yes. And then there was a spousal support amount. I can't find it, but I know that goes on until 2024. But
right.
it was also an insane amount.
Oh, it was a very high number. Then.
Yeah.
I can remember
Crazy.
that much. Wow.
And what I don't understand is they split custody, but I never understand that. Like, all right, so their kids are with her and him. So the 3 days a week that they're with him, I got to keep them at my lifestyle?
Yeah. So here we
Yeah,
go.
I guess.
$115,000 in spousal support.
Whoa!
And then $45,600 in child support each month.
That's monthly.
Monthly. Yeah, that's monthly payments of $115,000 on top of the child support.
Yeah.
Is that not insane? And then a one-time payment of $1.3 million.
She makes $20 million a year.
Is she single now?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta go.
I called her last night.
Yes.
She also.
She's going to have primary custody of the kids.
That's what I don't understand. Why he's getting all that money?
Yeah.
If she's in primary custody, what is it? And he used to be her manager.
Yeah.
And supposedly,
I think that like when they were during the pandemic and they were in the cabin or whatever, I think she, just started realizing like this isn't going to work out. I don't really like this person.
Well, she supposedly didn't want the divorce, from what other articles have said. Who knows? I mean, but that's a lot of money for him to get. And there was also problems with him as her manager, and she thought he was stealing money.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot believe the amount of money.
They also have to divide all their properties and assets as well, too, that they own together. She's getting the Montana property, and that's where they were staying during the pandemic, and the California residence. He currently lives in Montana and has to pay $2,000 a month in rent for one property, and he pays $12,500 per month for the second until he vacates, which is supposed to be in June. But man, did this Blackstock dude make out in that settlement.
Yeah, he really crushed it. It really did. Hopefully the kids are right. That's all you can hope for an end divorce. It is the Penthouse. We'll come back with a trifecta. We also have a big giveaway for you, the Innings Festival at 11:45, and a lot more in the Penthouse. Peace.
Letting you in on what girls talk about when the boys are not around. It's Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan. Hear the latest episode right now on RealRadio921.com/Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan. Saturday and Sunday nights at 10 on Real Radio 92.1.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by CarSaver.com. Right now, the resale value of used cars is sky high. At CarSaver.com/sell, you can sell your car in minutes. Just enter your car's details, get an instant cash offer, and get paid instantly. See what your car is worth now. Get started now at CarSaver.com/sell.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, one of my favorite spots. Every day there's another party open till 5 a.m. 5-star dining, beautiful ladies, and a great atmosphere. And put it on your calendars. March 12th, the House of Monroe's won a $500 costume contest on the line. It's beautiful ladies, great food, and a great music. It is the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Make sure next time you're out, you stop there and kick back and enjoy life. At Monroe's, baby. Peace!
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure what to do, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life. Office in West Palm Beach.
For the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has been the focus of U.S. public health agencies. We asked Carol Johnson, the administrator of the Health Resources and Services Administration at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, about which public health concerns have been overshadowed during the global pandemic.
So I would point to a couple things. One, maternal and infant health. We at the Health Resources and Services Administration lead the Maternal and Child Health Bureau. We are working closely with our state partners on all that we need to do to better support pregnant Black women and making sure that we're getting them the supports and services they need, make sure that their voices are heard in the healthcare system. And just a final thing I'll mention, we have seen, because of the delays in care associated with the pandemic, that our routine vaccinations of children have fallen, and we need to get kids vaccinated for all the many things that children are vulnerable to. So we're also working to make sure that we get kids their routine vaccinations.
To find COVID-19 vaccines and boosters near you, check out vaccines.gov.
There are dozens of reasons why you can get medical marijuana, and MMJ Health can help. Once you qualify, then getting your marijuana is as easy as ordering pizza. Pre-qualify in just minutes at mmjhealth.com. Meet with a Florida medical marijuana doctor today.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
When you think of the Salvation Army, you probably think of a long history of public service and of a faith-based organization that's working to do a lot of good in our community. But have you realized the extent of their work? I can tell you that learning more about the Salvation Army of Palm Beach County, it has been remarkable to see how many different ways they do the most good. For example, did you know their Center of Hope is a large 10-acre residential campus that operates 365 days a year, 24/7. They do that to help people that are in the most need. From financial donations, donating items, and shopping at their store. There are so many ways that you can participate and be part of something truly special. 100 years in the making as the Salvation Army of Palm Beach County celebrates their centennial. Visit SalvationArmyPalmBeachCounty.org. That's SalvationArmyPalmBeachCounty.org, or call 561 561-686-3530. It's 561-686-3530. Thank you. May God bless you.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
We have some rain falling and wet roadways in the Palm Beaches, so drive carefully. Looking at 95, we had an accident right by 45th Street. This is on the southbound side, it's just north of 45th. Also one on the Turnpike. This was northbound, just 2 miles north of Okeechobee Boulevard. Go for a minor slowdown there. It is off to the shoulder. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Racetrack. Racetrack's here with whatever gets you going at everyday low prices. Like buy one pizza slice, get one for $1. 2 for $4 breakfast sandwiches. Or even 2 for $3.50 soft pretzels. I'm in. You in? Get going at Racetrack.
Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to
Yeah, he tells us what's in the know, what's going on. Hey, what's up? This is Franny, and this is the Penthouse on Real Radio. And we have a couple new cool things going on Real Radio. First of all, we got Real TV, brought to you by our friends and longtime sponsors, Monroe's of Palm Beach. You just got to go to realradio921.com. And you're going to see right there on the homepage, it says Real TV. You're going to see Monroe's. Click on that. And just like that, it'll send you over to a YouTube channel where you can see G-Man, you can see Jimmy, and of course myself, Franny. And then also we have this new mic drop feature, or what do we want to call it?
You said mic drop.
The View. Do we want to call it Penthouse Views?
Call it mic drop. Jimmy, what do you think?
Mic drop's okay.
Yeah. We got to see if anybody else is using that. I don't want to be copying
anybody else. And where? On our station?
Yeah.
Nobody else is using it.
All right. Well, that was a suggestion from one of our listeners.
We checked already.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't check.
That was a suggestion.
Hey, whoa, I'm trying to help you out.
I love you.
Yeah. But either way, it's called the Talkback feature when you go on there, and you just go on the iHeartRadio app. If you've had it for a while and you have not updated it, make sure you do so, because this is a new feature where you see a little microphone icon. You're going to click on it, and you can record us a voicemail.
I'm going to try and do it later today.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to say? Surprise?
I was just going to say, I love Jimmy. I love Francis.
You're going to send it during the Penthouse?
Yeah,
awesome.
After the show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Hey, I gotta tell you, that mask thing really works. I wear it all the time. I hardly snore at all. So tell your husband it's a great thing. I mean, you might have to wear it 24/7, but it works wonderful.
Nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do something good. Like funny.
I feel like he was trying. But yeah, so a couple new features. And of course, this is Franny. You have Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And the star of the show, Greek. Hey, G-Man.
Hi, Francis. Thank you for the beautiful introduction. It's time for a trifecta and so much more.
Riders up.
There's a Big East game today, 12 o'clock. It is the tournament, and I love these tournaments, and I'm telling you, when I was a kid, I used to go to Big East tournament, beg my dad, beg him like anything. Let me stay all day. And you had tickets for the games, and sometimes you could stay for 2-3 games. But, sometimes if you were lucky, I think once or twice he let me stay all day and all night. And I was in heaven. I didn't leave the Garden. My mother used to give him a lot of grief. How can you leave him there? He would stay, go to work down the street, come back and get me. But, man, the Big East tournament, a lot of memories for me as a young kid and bopping around my little T-shirts and stuff. But Big East game today, Syracuse taking on Dookie at 12 o'clock. But
I don't think they like that nickname, do they?
Dookie?
Why? Did you know that they didn't like it?
Is that what they call him?
Duke Blue Those. That's the name.
What?
Duke Blue
What
Duke Blue Devils. That's their nickname.
Yes, but you call them Dookie.
I can call them.
I just said I don't know if they were going to like that. That's all I said.
But you
And
don't
then you
know
went
if they
bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Bloop,
Welcome to
bloop.
the show, kids.
And you're like, I said Blue Devils. No, that is not what you said.
Aren't you glad you tuned in?
Yeah, you said
Yes,
you said Doogie. Oh, boy. All right, continue on.
12 o'clock today at MSG, the greatest arena in the world.
Coach K's on the line.
Let me talk to him. I said, what happened Saturday? You guys really dropped the rock. He will not accept that. But Jim Boeheim's son got suspended last night in the game. He punched an opposing player. The coach after the game, he didn't want to address it. He knew he had to. He said, no, we're just going to disagree. He talked to one of the reporters, and he said the guy pushed him a couple times. You got to push him back and stuff like that. Wasn't a great answer by Boeheim. I thought he was going to go a different route. I know it had to be tough because it was his son. But I think he could have just said, hey, my son was wrong. He got suspended after the game. Now, the big thing about this was there was no even foul called. The refs missed it. Boeheim's son did apologize after the game to the players, said he was sorry, and also tweeted out. So Syracuse is going to miss him today because he's good, Boeheim's kid. So Carolina's playing Syracuse. That game is at 12 o'clock today. That kicks off the conference tournaments. They're all weekend long. And don't forget, Sunday is when they pick all the brackets. And then next week you can go up to anybody and say, how's your bracket? And not get in trouble.
Are we doing a bracket on the show?
Yeah, we'll do it
All
next
right,
week.
because we've done it before in the past.
Yeah, well, they don't come out till Sunday nights.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking if we're doing one.
Yep, and then the next 2 Fridays, we'll be at Strike Cigar Lounge, downtown Boca for Greek's Hardwood. Franny and I hanging out doing the show. You could come down. We'll have some New York Prime gift cards. We'll pick some games against the spread of the first couple rounds. That was always fun at Strike Cigar Lounge. And in Major League Baseball, they've decided to cancel the second week of baseball. This is not going in a direction that anybody really wanted. But it looks like no baseball for a while. Maybe they can get to some agreement. Everybody's hoping they can, but it doesn't look good. So now they canceled the second week. And as of today, I believe the start of baseball will be April 14th.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I think eventually they'll come to some kind of agreement. When, I don't know. But then as time goes on, then you got to worry about the season and Jeopardy and, whether or not they're going to have enough games to play. I think they will. I really do. But I think right now it's first 2 weeks have been canceled. And I hope when they start, they let them play exhibition baseball so all the local teams down here and the revenue for the bars and restaurants and hotels can come back. Because as of now, it's already changed. Because a lot of people with all these games, they make plans 6 months ago to come down, get a room, to get airfare and different things like that. So hopefully things work out for baseball. Right now, it does not look good. And Tiger Woods was inducted last night into the Golf Hall of Fame. And his daughter made the speech. She brought him in. It was really, really nice speech. Talking about Tiger as a dad, that he never misses anything. He's always there. And just different things he does, like dress up as Batman and different stuff like that. It was a different side to Tiger you might not know if you're not a fan of Tiger Woods. But he's a great father, and she said that he never misses anything for her or her brother. So hats off to Tiger. And his mom was there, too. He acknowledged his dad. And it was cool. It really was. It was a nice speech. I'm sure you could look it up and you could see it where a lot of people are talking about it. And she's grown up to look, just a nice girl, and the same thing with the son. And he's a great golfer, the kid. Tiger said, this kid's ahead of me, which is scary if you're a golfer. We'll see what happens. And that is your trifecta, 3 of 4 today. Peace.
So in about 3 minutes, we're going to be giving you the cue to call. Not yet. 3 minutes for the Innings Festival, talking about baseball. It is a pair of 2-day passes to the Innings Festival. It's happening March 19th and 20th at the Raymond James Stadium. That is in Tampa, so you got to take a bit of a road trip. But it is totally worth it because you're going to have performances from Green Day, Incubus, 311, The Lumineers, Jimmy Eats World, and I'm just scratching the surface there. Plus, there's going to be appearances by MLB legends, I don't know, like Ryan Dempster, Ozzie Smith, Gary Sheffield, Fred McGriff, Andrew Jones, Nick Swisher, Bucky Dent. Yeah, the list goes on, and I was searching and Greek, of course. Music goes all day long. They have 3 stages of rock, pop, and alternative music with no overlapping sets, which is pretty cool. So you're like, oh, which stage do I have to go to? And then that's going to include appearances from these baseball legends. They also say fans and families can come together in that area too, because they're going to be celebrating the Grapefruit League spring training experience there as well. And what they call a culinary celebration is going to be happening.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Food fest, baby.
They say something for every appetite, featuring selections from some of Florida's best food vendors. Looks like a great time. But before we do that, I have a couple texts to get into.
Oh, all right.
At 47142. Started off with Real Radio. And you know what? I might just have to bite the bullet and just say, fine, because so many people want it to be this, and that is our talkback feature. And it makes sense, and I like it. And as I mentioned, he is the star of the show. They said we should just call it Gmail. They said new audio feature needs to be called Gmail, period. So I got that. All right, so maybe we might have to just do Gmail. Would you be okay with that?
Whatever you want. I work for you.
Oh, okay. And then another thing, it says, come on, Greek, cough up a butt. Give Franny and Jimmy a raise. I don't know, Mike. I like that. I don't know where it came from, but yes, I like that one.
Don't blame that on me. Don't blame that on me. I put money in everybody's pocket for years in this station.
And then Donna, and then Donna, Kelly's ex. Donna writes in and says, Kelly's ex only gets the kids 1 weekend a month, which is insane.
And he gets all that money.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep. And then I guess we were talking about, trying to get a rich man. Somebody texted in. They said the reason Greek can't find a man is because he can't change a tire. A man wants a manly man.
Yeah, but I'm not supposed to be the man in the relationship.
Yeah, really.
Come on. I'm the eye candy.
Yeah.
I can't be the guy. Come on. I know my role.
And then we were talking about rage quitting. Jimmy brought up a story about rage quitting, and then people are coming back after they rage quit.
Right.
And they were like, I thought rage quitting was when you grab your boss by the tie and pull him across the desk. That is a form.
Well, that's probably could also fall under the effect of rage quitting.
Yes, and then we also have, in the famous words of the great Dr. Rich, who is longtime legend host on Real Radio.
Yes.
Says your boss isn't going to give you 2 weeks notice for your termination. Why would you give them the respect when you quit? Burn bridges. F those bitches.
Dr. Rich
I don't think Dr. Rich said the burn bridges. F bitches. Maybe he did. I don't know. But
he can say that.
Yeah. So thank you for playing along with us and whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
I just think Blue Devils.
God's contagious.
Yes, it is.
The Dookies.
When you work with this guy for so long, it just
has it been too long?
It is. It's contagious.
Yes.
We do have a prize to give away if you want to.
All right.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We have tickets to go see the it's the Innings Festival, but it's a 2-day festival. So you got a pair of 2-day passes, which is going to be awesome. And this is something I saw on social media before we even got these giveaway. And I was like, man, this looks really cool. It's at Raymond James Stadium, March 19th and the 20th, with performances from Green Day, Incubus, 311, so many more. And then you're going to have appearances by a bunch of MLB legends. You get all the details, plus another chance to win right now at realradio921.com. But get on the line, 877-927-6969. That's 877-927-6969. And we're going to play Who's Most Likely To today.
Thank you, Francis. There it is, guys. Make the call, 877-927-6969. Every day we give you a prize because we appreciate you, and we appreciate you listening to Real Radio. Also supporting our sponsors. Thank God for that. We appreciate that. And you guys are just good people, men and women who've been listening to the station for years. We want to thank you, and we really do. Somebody last night I was out and about said, hey, I've been listening to the show for years, and I love you guys. Thank you very much. And I was very, I'm humbled by it. I always want to meet people who listen to the show. Accolades for Jimmy and Franny all the time, and for the other shows, too. Dano and Nutter do a great job, and other people have been on our station for years, too. But, always appreciate if you ever see me out and happen to know who I am or stumble onto me, come up, say hi. Always love to meet people. Even if you don't like me, it doesn't matter. Last night I was at the Red Meat Lovers event, and it was a great event, and it was for St. Jude, and we had a great time. They raised a lot of money. The food was unbelievable, and their what is their bacon thing called again?
I thought it was sexy bacon.
Sexy bacon. Yeah, man, it was unbelievable. It really was. And I'm not a big eater, but I was like, man, I got to get a couple of these. So hats off to Evan and his whole crew for the Meat Lovers Club. They did a great job. I know they got a bunch of events coming up. We'll always talk about it, what he has going on. I know April 12th, he's got one in Boca for the Boca Raton Police Department, which will be great. And he's always helping the police, fire, and everybody else in the community. And that's why we get involved with Evan, because he's a good guy and he cares. And we know you guys are the same way. We respect anybody who helps the community and tries to earn money. And last night it was for St. Jude. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are. We're going to start with Jeff. Jeff, welcome to the Penthouse.
Afternoon, Penthouse.
Hello.
Jeff, how are you, my friend? How long can I ask you if you've been listening to this establishment, Icon radio station?
Since 2008.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a pretty good run. What do you think of that Greek kid?
Get used to him.
What do you say? You get used to them?
You get used to them.
That sounds like somebody used to have sex with me. Yeah, that's what she said. I get used to Greek. I mean,
you get used to it.
He's a nice guy. He cleans the house.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to win. I'm going out on a limb.
I've heard worse. I've heard better.
I've heard worse.
It's kind of in the middle.
All right.
I like it.
All right.
I've heard it from somebody I had sex with, so I can't knock it.
All right. We got a pair of tickets to the Innings Festival ready for you here. It is March 19th and 20th at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. We're going to play a little Who's Most Likely To. Franny, do you have one ready for him?
I sure do.
All right, Jeff, here is your question. Who is most likely to?
All right, Jeff. After I ask the question, just give us a moment. Oh, we got to turn off our cameras.
Oh, camera time.
Yeah, just give us a moment, and then Jimmy will actually cue you up for your answer, all right?
Things to minimize. There we go.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're turning off our cameras. Okay. All right. So out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to get arrested for streaking?
All right, Jeff, out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to get arrested for streaking?
Greek.
Sorry, Jeff.
I don't take off my clothes for free.
Yeah.
Never have, never will.
We voted quickly, by the way, for Jimmy.
We all chose Franny. No,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I thought that one was pretty obvious.
Me too, because you don't wear pants.
Yeah, well.
And he always likes to just run around naked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, always into the, okay. Next up, we have Joe. Joe, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hello.
Hello, Joe. How are you, sir? How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
Well, about 20 years.
Wow, God bless.
Another great run. What do you think of that Greek kid?
Oh, Greek. Yeah, he's awesome.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Winner,
All
chicken
right.
dinner.
All right, we got a winner now.
All right, Joe, you know how to play the game, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, just give us a moment so we can place our votes, and then Jimmy will cue
right.
you for your answer. Okay, out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to have an affair with a politician?
All right, Joe, out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to have an affair with a politician?
How about the Greek?
That's how you do it.
That's it.
And by the way, that's Governor Greek to you. Joe, I'm going to put you on hold and get some info from you here in a minute, so hang in there, buddy. That's how you do it. That's how you win, kids.
That is how you win. Congratulations, Joe. And if you're like, damn it, I wanted those tickets, as I mentioned, go to realradio921.com. Go to that contest page because we have those tickets up for grabs along with a bunch of other cool stuff. So I'm trying to see what is happening today. If you are, which I wouldn't understand why you're not, tuned in from 3 to 7 to Dano and Nutter. They are going to be giving away tickets to that stadium tour, which is Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett, and the Black Heart. So they're going to be giving away a pair of tickets for that. And then tomorrow, if you want to go to Greek's favorite place, we have a $100 gift card to New York Prime that we're going to be giving away.
Oh, nice. Thought it was Monroe's. Oh, wow.
That too. Well, you go there and then you go to Monroe's.
Okay.
And Greek will buy you a Tito's.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a plan.
Nice.
But it's Fetish Fridays over there.
There you go. Hey, don't forget the costume contest. This was at
Saturday.
Saturday,
March
12th in Monroe's. Yeah, $500 costume contest there. It's a House of Monroe's.
Yes.
It's a Game of Thrones theme, and all the ladies are going to be dressed up in Game of Thrones characters. Ooh, can't wait to.
What do they say? March comes in like a lamb, leaves like a lion?
Just like it.
Is that March? I thought that was April.
Yeah,
but you're probably right.
No, it is March, but I don't think the lamb is the thing. It leaves like a lion or something
No,
like
the
that?
lamb sounds right. Right?
I don't think so.
No?
I think I'm wrong. You can look it up.
I will look it up.
Look it up, Franny. It's the bottom line. I know it leaves like a lion or it comes in like a lion. No, it comes in like
a lamb, leaves like a lion, leaves like a lion, comes like a what?
It comes in like a lion, but leaves like a lamb because it gets warmer. I mean,
well, that makes sense.
Check out.
Comes in like a lion, leaves like a lamb.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. That's right.
Because it comes in with cold winter and ends with warmer spring.
I just said that.
So,
That's
yes.
exactly what he said.
I said comes in cold, comes warm.
Why do we even look it up?
I know.
Why don't we even waste time?
Yeah, come on.
What are you doing, people? Come on, your sister's ass.
In like a lion, out like a lamb.
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Meow, meow, meow. 877-927-6969. If you ever have had that situation with your job where you quit accidentally or you just like rage quit, let us know. If there's a story behind it, we want to hear it. And
yeah, really, I want to hear those.
I rage quit.
Those can be fun.
Yeah, I told you that one time where I threw a cup of coffee, or actually the whole mug that had coffee in it. I didn't just do that. I just chucked the whole thing.
There you go.
With the coffee in it. The coffee was room temperature. It was not scalding hot.
Still
so
not
nobody.
right.
I know it's not right. I don't condone that
You're
behavior.
such a peach. Why would you do that?
Because she made me see red, and I don't see red often. I think like something took over me.
I don't know.
She was very mean.
The other day with the guy in a Charger now, I've seen a pattern.
I'm like the Hulk. I'm so.
I'm afraid of you.
Yeah. How about this? I come in like a lamb and I leave like a lion.
Yes, you do. Just like March. No problem.
Yeah, but the opposite.
That's where I got that from.
Out of that whole story, the thing that surprised me the most, Jimmy, is what you said, that almost 80% took them back.
78% of employers took back the employees that went back and asked for their job back. Now, again, knowing the definition of what they said rage quitting was, which is just simply you quit and you didn't have a backup plan. You didn't have another job already.
Yeah, but you didn't get
when you think rage, you think that you like what I did.
That's
like you
why,
threw down. You start flipping desks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Housewife.
You know, or even if it's just a matter of yelling or raising your voice or something along those lines. I mean, that's obviously the word rage. It goes with that, right? So I don't associate just I'm quitting now. I'm not happy here for whatever reason. I'm doing it without a backup plan. It's just, I don't know. It's just with that in mind. Okay, I can see why.
Yeah,
78% take them back, especially in the problems that we're having right now, that employers are having right now with having a hard time finding help.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
It's just a high number. It really is. I mean, you know, because then like a lot of times when you bring somebody back, you got to think about how all the other people are. I mean, you have good employees. Franny left a couple years ago, but she left on good terms.
Yeah,
everybody liked her, and we wanted her to come back. That's a different scenario. But I think,
and apparently these employers want these
come back
employees
too.
to come back too.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're already trained. I mean, I saw my daughter did it. I mean, it was on a lower level scale, but type of a job. But I mean, it's the same type of thing. She ended up going back to an employer that she had quit on, and they took her back. You know, because they didn't have to retrain her or anything. So, which is one of the bigger costs, and it's something that we've talked about on the show many times, right?
Yep. But think, people, whenever you do anything, try to put a little thought into things that you do, especially big decisions. My dad had a rule: if you're going to spend $1,000, think about it 24 hours. Should have listened to that more and a couple other things. But big decisions, you really got to think about. A lot of times, big decisions in my life, I just went, okay, sounds good. Somebody talked to me into it, and then I'm like, should have never did that. So think about what you're doing at all time. Like when you're listening to this station, think about it.
Yeah, think about it.
Think about the talent you're healing.
Yeah.
And see it on Monroe's TV. Think about all that. Fetish Friday at Monroe's. Don't forget that. And tomorrow we'll have a $100 gift card to New York Prime. And if you win, you want me to come by, I'll come by, park your car, hang out, and say hi to my buddy Nick Woods, who runs the place. Always good times in the Penthouse. Love you guys. And we'll be back in a few minutes with some Florida stories and a lot more. Dookies are playing at 12 o'clock. Coach K, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm just calling you to Dookies. Peace.
Hey, it's Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Wake up with me each morning. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. And you can wake up with me right next to you. Romantic.
It's back and better than ever. Join us at Palm Beach Outlets on Saturday, March 26th for the Tastings Food and Wine event. Try unlimited samples from some of the area's best restaurants and finest wines, plus live entertainment. It's Tastings at Palm Beach Outlets Saturday, March 26th. Get your advance tickets now for just $25 at pbtastings.com or be the first to sample with a VIP ticket that gets you in an hour before everyone else. Tastings, sponsored by Humana, Florida A&M University's Mary, Sprouts Farmers Market, and presented by Dr. G's Urgent Care, the best urgent care in South Florida. From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon. We're hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by COVIDclinic.org. Keep yourself and your community safe. COVID Clinic offers accurate PCR testing with same-day results. PCR tests are more reliable than rapid testing kits. Best of all, there is no cost to the patient. Visit COVIDclinic.org to find a testing location near you. That's COVIDclinic.org.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. And on March 12th, 12th, the locker room will be in the Winner's Circle at Gulfstream Park. And we'll stop by the Tito's Raw Bar, pick up some Bloody Mary or maybe some seafood. Whatever you want, they got a Tito's Raw Bar at Gulfstream Park. Make sure you get in the Winner's Circle every time with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Whether your horse wins or lose, you'll feel like you're cashing a ticket. It's Tito's Handmade Vodka, and the locker room is live March 12th at Gulfstream Park. They're off. Peace.
There's a lot of personal injury lawyer ads out there, but this is the only one you need to remember. It's zipclaims.com. Perfect for car accidents, slip and falls, and homeowner insurance claims. See, personal injury lawyers take 30 to 40% of the money they recover for you. That's money that should be going in your pocket, not theirs. And thanks to COVID, it could take 3 to 5 years for your case to go to trial. That's too long. So if you're looking for a fast and fair resolution to your case, use zipclaims.com. Hi, I'm attorney John Broder, and other lawyers charge you 30 to 40% regardless of whether your case settles or goes to trial. That's not fair, which is why I started zipclaims.com, where you can use our software for free and keep 100% of your settlement money. 96% of cases settle, so yours probably will too. Don't hire an expensive lawyer who's going to overcharge you to settle your case. Visit zipclaims.com. Restrictions apply, so visit zipclaims.com to see if your claim qualifies. Visit zipclaims.com today.
For over 150 years, CIBC has helped people go from where they are to where they want to be. From leading a few employees to managing an entire workforce. From starting local to going national. From generating wealth to generations of wealth. At CIBC, we believe a bank should take you from where you are to wherever you want to be. CIBC. Ambitions made real. CIBC Bank USA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Everyone knows drinking and driving is against the law and extremely dangerous. If you've been drinking, you could easily make the bad decision to get behind the wheel, a decision that could be fatal. If you're going out to celebrate St. Patrick's Day and plan on drinking, keep yourself and others safe by planning a sober ride home. Whether it's a taxi, rideshare, sober designated driver, or having a trusted friend on call, planning for a sober ride home is the smart and safe thing to do. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by NHTSA.
The job market is competitive right now, so you need to be competitive to attract top talent. If you're trying to fill open positions at your business, iHeartMedia is here to help. Use radio and digital targeting to find fresh, passive candidates currently in the workforce. These candidates are listening right now, looking for new opportunities. Together, we can let the community know you're hiring. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our products are Energy Star rated and made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
We have some rain falling and wet roadways in the Palm Beaches, so drive carefully. Looking at 95, we had an accident right by 45th Street. This is on the southbound side, it's just north of 45th. Also one on the Turnpike. This was northbound, just 2 miles north of Okeechobee Boulevard. Go for a minor slowdown there. It is off to the shoulder. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
This is WZZR FM, West Palm Beach, Real Radio 92.1, powered by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Been in an accident? Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
GiveMeTheVIN.com. We've made it so fast, so easy, and so
And Francis is here.
Hi, happy little Friday.
Yeah, there it is, boys and girls. We're going to get some Florida stories. I know we got some people on hold. Just pack your patience or get a lap dance. Here we go.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, we'll start this, the Florida off with Curtis Manfred Franz, who was very upset with his neighbor. And I guess this guy lives in a pretty damn nice neighborhood because the owner, this guy, Franz, of his home, it's a $1.1 million Florida home. And his neighbor around 7:45 in the morning decided he was going to blow some leaves. So he had his leaf blower out, making a lot of noise. Mr. Curtis Franz was not happy about it. So he goes outside and he has a gun with him and he shoots the gun up in the air. Well, minutes after hearing the gunfire, the neighbor told police that Franz appeared in his backyard. So first he shoots, then he shows up. He appeared in his backyard holding the firearm. The victim told cops that Franz told him to stop using the leaf blower and then pointed his pistol at the victim's dog and was like, I'm going to shoot your bleeping dog. Then he told the victim, if you keep using your blower, I'm going to shoot you too. So the neighbor told cops that Franz was only wearing a bathrobe and a black holster on his right hip. They say this guy was clearly intoxicated when they went over to the cops to go talk to him. They said that he had an odor on him and he had slurred speech. They also recovered 7 shell casings from the nearby property that he lived on. And the dude ended up getting arrested for aggravated assault, which is a felony, by the way, and discharging a firearm in public, which is a misdemeanor. I'm shocked that discharging a firearm in public is just a misdemeanor.
So am I.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into that after the show.
Yeah. So he was released from the county jail after posting a $5,100 bond, but it seems like this guy can afford it if you listen to his house. He's got $1.1 million house. It's 5 bedrooms. It's got what they say architectural sanctuary built in the style of Frank Lloyd Wright. They say it has lush tropical gardens, koi ponds, handball court, and a couple safe rooms in there too. So this guy is loaded, but he is clearly a jerk. And then next on your What the Florida, we have a naked man, because there's always got to be a naked man in Florida, carrying a barbell, and he went over to his neighbor's house. Well, there was a witness who heard him go to the neighbor's house, and they saw this gentleman who they identified as Larry Gardner, naked outside and banging on the sliding glass door with a barbell. Well, the witness then approached Gardner, and he said that Gardner held the barbell over his head and was like, I'm going to bleep and kill you. Well, I guess this guy, all he needed to do was slap him a couple times. The dude claims, yeah, so he slapped Gardner twice, and he dropped the weight, dropped the barbell. Gardner then picked up a metal rod, I guess that was in the backyard of the residence's yard, and started chasing the man. The man then happened to have a gun on him and told Gardner, I'm glad he slapped him first before he pulled out the gun. But then when he started chasing him with the metal rod, he pulled out his gun and told Gardner to drop the metal rod. And then another neighbor came out and helped tackle him to the ground. He is being accused of committing a burglary immediately before the incident, by the way, and was arrested and faces charges of aggravated assault on armed burglary. And then finally, go to realradio921.com. You're going to see this insane video. So I guess a 21-year-old girl was trying to park in front of a convenience store. And instead of hitting the brake, she accelerated and she went straight through the glass doors of this convenience store. By the way, in 1017 land, this is Hutchinson Island. It's called Plantation Pantry, if you've ever been there before.
Oh, boy.
Nice name.
Uh-huh.
You'll notice the plywood on the front of the building now.
Now, yeah, they do have it. They're like, use that door. I've seen that. I saw it on the news. So when she did, this gentleman you see in the video, this gentleman is walking out. Oh, I'm about to have my beer. Just got done with work. So happy. Yep. Slams through the door, or slams through, the glass doors, hits the dude. Dude goes flying in the air. You're like, oh my God. Sheriffs are calling it just short of a miracle. Because he was taken to the hospital with injuries to his face, but he's expected to recover, where they're saying as hard as he was hit, like his injuries should have been way worse.
Thank God.
Well, first responders who were tending to the victim said he was still talking and remained in unusually good spirits, asking the deputies if the beer he purchased was okay. And
true hero.
Yes, he is.
They should throw him a case.
They should. He should have lifetime beers after that. Whoever, and I have a feeling, I want to know if somebody sees what beers he's like drinking, if they pick that up and be like, here's a few cases on us. They should. They should. By the way, Martin County Sheriff Office said the driver will likely be cited for careless driving. And that is your What the Florida.
Thank you, Francis. Good job. We do it twice a show, 10:05 and 12:05. Jimmy, who do we have on hold?
We got Eric from Miami on the line. Eric, welcome to the Penthouse.
What's going on, gentlemen and ladies?
Hi, Eric.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. What's going on, friend? You heard my shout out earlier?
I did. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't curse. I did the no cursing.
You did a good job. You did a good job, Eric.
That's why it was played.
Yes.
We can't let any profanity go over the air.
Also, I'm going to look into that snoring machine because of that segment there when you were talking about that. I've been thrown off the bed a couple times for snoring, so I better not do that anymore before you hear in the news that I'm no longer living.
No, we don't want that.
And the next What the Florida.
Yeah, we don't want that from Miami.
But I really wanted to call up and talk about this Calvin Ridley suspension for the year, Greek.
Uh-huh.
And I believe it's super hypocritical for the NFL, the No Fun League, who says they'll suspend a Greg Hardy or a Ray Rice for 6 games when I believe domestic violence is a way bigger issue, mistreating people than betting on a football game. And now when the NFL is getting behind the betting, you know what I mean? They got FanDuel,
DraftKings,
all these
Caesars.
DraftKings, you got Barstool Sports, their betting application.
Caesars.
They're all approved by the NFL. You know what I mean? All these leagues. They embraced Vegas from before they hated Vegas. So Vegas is on their side now, and now they're in state to state. I find it very hypocritical for them to suspend Calvin Ridley for 1 year. I know he did wrong. I'm not saying he didn't do wrong. I just find it very wrong for the NFL to make the moral judgment that betting is a worse issue than domestic violence hitting your spouse or your children, Adrian Peterson. And I don't get it at all. Tell me I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
It's an opinion that a lot of people have had. But the thing with this is that with the NFL, they haven't had a player suspended for gambling since the 60s. And they have a rule. And I don't think the NFL is saying in any shape or form gambling is worse than, God forbid, hitting a child or putting your hands on a woman or anybody else. I don't think they're saying that. It's just that they have a rule that you cannot gamble on sports, on football. That's it. You can't bet on it. That's it. This is the first guy who's been suspended. So I think it was Roger Goodell saying, hey, you know what? And the owners, because I know Goodell works for the owners. This is what we're going to do. This is the precedent that we're going to put out there, that you bet, you're done for a year. Now, I don't think if somebody bets down the road, they're going to get a half a season or 4 games. I think that's just the way it's going to be. Alex Karras and Paul Hornung were the last ones to get suspended in the 60s. It was the same suspension for a full year. We don't know the whole story with the kid. He was out 5 days. Obviously, he's a very good ball player. He's got $11 million coming to him this year. He's not going to get. He might appeal it. And then the other thing is the sponsors that you get, that's revenue they're getting. They're not going to condone betting because they don't want the integrity of the game, to be tarnished in any shape or form. Because you lose the integrity, there goes the game. That's the bottom line. The NBA got away with it a couple years ago with a ref. And I'm not knocking what you're saying, or I'm not disagreeing, because I've heard it from a lot of my friends and people, social media. It makes no sense. But this is a rule. And when that rule is broken, that's what they have to do.
Taking money from sponsors like DraftKings and people not betting are two different things. They also take money from sponsors like Budweiser, but the guys aren't allowed to drink on the sidelines. And I think you've got to look at it from that perspective, too, because I don't understand why people are having a hard time separating that just because they have, gambling places now advertising. That's ad revenue.
Jimmy Greek, I have to just... I really don't understand this aspect where you think that nobody has bet on sports that played in sports for the past 40, 50 years.
Of course.
I don't think anybody would deny that.
No, I agree with you 100%, bro.
Yep, it's
like, you're going to say, is anybody speeding on 95? Anybody's cheating on their taxes? But when it comes out, they have to hold court and they got to say, this is what we're doing. Your statement is not the first time I've heard this. I've discussed this with friends, with people, social media, back and forth. I agree with what you're saying. You're saying it looks a little hypocritical. Well, one is not the same as the other. And they're not saying 100%. They're not saying gambling is worse than domestic violence.
Yeah. See, and that's where you got me on board with you, Eric. I think this punishment is way too serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a whole season, $11 million. That is one hell of a punishment for a guy to put a couple of bucks on a game that he wasn't even playing at the time. I get that side of it. You won't get an argument from me. Maybe 4-game suspension, but it is a rule, and he broke a rule.
He broke a rule. But, you know, you got Jerry Jones, you know what I mean, a good old boy, hiding the fact that he had an illegitimate child. I know this is off the topic, but you got people in the top that are not setting the moral standards, and you're going to tell me you're going to punish this guy for betting when owners in the league are doing these crazy things? You know what I mean? You got owners in the league, people that are taking pictures of the cheerleaders behind their stables. They're paying out millions of dollars. You got the Commanders now. They used to be the Redskins with their issues with the cheerleaders. And I think it's very hypocritical, guys. And I want you to think about this again, Greek, because I know you're thinking about management. But guess what? Management is corrupt.
I'm not saying they're not, and I'm not saying the things that you're saying about Jerry Jones or Washington is wrong. I agree with you. But, I mean, it just goes to two wrongs don't make a right. It's when you were a kid and you were, like, getting yelled at by your mom. You said, hey, but my brother's doing this. I mean, he broke a rule. That's all I'm saying. Is the suspension harsh? I don't think they want anybody ever betting. I mean, that's the bottom line. So I think everybody's going to think now. And it was the amount he bet, too. He bet like a regular person. I'm sorry, he did. He wasn't betting like, Drake, $275,000. He bet, a bunch of parlays, 5-team, 3-team, and it up to $1,500. So they're trying to send a message that it's not going to be tolerated. Again, from your statement, I am not in any shape or form disagreeing what you're saying. I'm just saying that is the law. That's the rule in the NFL, and that's why he got that. That's all.
And don't give up on the NFL as far as the investigation, too, on Daniel Snyder and those sexual allegations. Those are out there, and they're still working on that, too. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised in a couple years if you don't see him owning that team anymore, because there was a lot of evidence that came out.
Yeah.
So, the specific things that you're talking about where there was pictures taken of cheerleaders in provocative poses. He put a video together, allegedly at this point. And we did a big story on that not too long ago, so you might see something come out of that.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't give up on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if he loses the team down the road.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
What do you think a fair suspension should have been?
Look at the team that's trying to make moves right now in the Denver Broncos. They're up for sale. And what did they do yesterday?
What they do yesterday?
Trade, right?
What they do yesterday?
They got Russell Wilson.
Oh, that I know. I know you were talking about. Yeah, they made a big trade, obviously.
That's the equivalent of buying a house that's a fixer-upper, and you put some lipstick on a pig, and you're getting ready to put it for sale. That is what the Denver Broncos are doing, and that's what's going to happen with Washington. That's what Washington is doing with that trade that went down with Carson Wentz. They're getting ready for their sale. So,
but Denver was for sale a month ago, Eric. They were for sale a month ago during the Super Bowl.
Brother, Denver was on for sale a year or 2 years ago when they sold the stadium name to a weed company.
Yeah, they need the money.
For sale for that day. Yeah, I know they need the money. Everybody knows they need the money when you name the stadium over a weed company.
Yeah, no. But the NFL approved it.
And they need to change with their ways, meaning from the top to the bottom, and how they treat their players. And it goes back to the aspect how they're treating Calvin Ridley in this way, and I think it's very hypocritical. I love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
Have a great day. Maybe I'll shout you out again.
All right, peace, pal. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a few minutes. If you want to add on to anything, you can always call us 877-927-6969. I know we got a couple people on hold. If you want to jump in, just hang tough for a couple minutes, and we'll be back. Peace.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's a hot one out there for us today as our temperatures warm to the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 15 miles per hour, pulling all of that heat and humidity in. It's going to feel like the 90s. We will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms returning later into the afternoon, or hot with storms again for the day on Friday.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp. No one should read your personal messages. That's why WhatsApp uses end-to-end encryption. It protects whatever you send before, during, and after you send it. So no one, not even WhatsApp, can read your messages. Always message privately. WhatsApp.
What the Florida is brought to you by Knox & Dunn, strong and true Florida rum. Flavor straight from the barrel, nothing added. Try it today.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialize in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. And if you like South Florida and South Florida living, you got to add Tito's Handmade Vodka. Maybe you're on the golf course after a tough day, get some Tito's. Maybe you're on a boat fishing, add some Tito's. Or maybe you're just hanging out smoking a cigar with some of your friends, add some Tito's Handmade Vodka. And if you want to kick off any morning, how about a Bloody Mary with Tito's Handmade Vodka? Stop by and get some Tito's in your life. It's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. For all occasions, for all the time. Peace!
It's the Road to the Derby this Saturday at PBKC with live music from the Jeffrey James Gang Band from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy trackside barbecue, beers, bars, prizes, and lots of fun. Come out early for a great day of horse racing action from Santa Anita, Gulfstream, and more. PBKC is your entertainment destination with poker, casino-style table games, off-track betting, paddock dining, and exciting events like live music this Saturday. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hi, this is President Donald Trump, and I'd like to invite you to join me at the American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the Florida Live Arena. We'll be live and in person along with my son Don, Kimberly Guilfoyle, Dan Bongino, Candace Owens, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and many other incredible patriots. We will be talking about how to defend our jobs, our borders, our liberty, and our God-given rights. I hope you'll join me in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th. It's the only time this event will be coming to South Florida. If you want to sign up to get your tickets for the American Freedom Tour, you have to go to AmericanFreedomTour.com and do it right away. I think they're going to be selling very quickly, and I hope to see you there. I look forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Go to AmericanFreedomTour.com for tickets as low as $9. The American Freedom Tour in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, March 19th at the FLA Live Arena. Once again, that's AmericanFreedomTour.com.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialize in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Slow down in Lake Worth, 95 southbound for the crash. This is right by the Lake Worth Road overpass. So just have some patience if you are in that. Elsewhere, not seeing any other issues along 95. Turnpike is looking good. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
Join iHeartRadio all month as we celebrate the passion, power, and immeasurable impact women have made in the world. It's Women's History Month. Enjoy great stations powered exclusively by females, like Women's History Month Radio, playlists like Women of R&B and Women Who Rock, and personally curated playlists by some of the most influential women in music.
Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're in the Penthouse on a Thursday. The weather is nice because the South Florida, baby, that's what you expect. Like when you turn on this radio station, what do you expect? Expect entertainment, expect talent. Get it every day. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Franny's in the house.
Hey, what's up?
And I think we have somebody on hold.
We do. We have Peaches on the line. Peaches, welcome to the Penthouse.
What's up, Peaches?
I know. Why'd you crumple up the paper in such anger? I know. What'd you do to him, Peaches?
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi.
I was thinking about responding to the last caller. I think it was Eric.
Yes.
I think it's important to note, as we talk about what's hypocritical and moral high ground and all this stuff, ultimately what the NFL is worried about is the on-field product first and foremost.
Of course.
So they have a list of rules, and those rules are what they're first and foremost worried about enforcing. When it comes to stuff like these questionable moral activities of owners or off-the-field stuff with players, I'm not condoning any of it. But we as a society have suddenly turned to the NFL and arbitrarily decided that it's up to them to mete out some level of justice because, for whatever reason, justice isn't being metered out elsewhere, right? Somebody goes and I'm making an example here, but punches a woman and then we decided that, well, he didn't get punished enough or didn't get punished by the criminal justice system, and so now he should be suspended from the NFL. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm not saying that that's wrong. What I am saying is that kind of puts the NFL in a very weird and awkward place from a standpoint of assessing justice on these matters. But what they can't have is they can't have players breaking rules and then starting to get into like case-by-case basis. And this is why I think the $1,500, whether it was $1.5 million, $1,500, doesn't matter, is because they're not going to get into the business of, well, if you bet a little bit, we'll maybe let it slide some, and if you bet a lot more, then we're going to punish you a little more. They've set a standard. There's a rule. There's a set punishment. It is what it is. And the off-the-field stuff, they didn't ask to be the judge, jury, and executioner on that. They just kind of have this sort of public outcry that's asking them to be the judge, jury, and executioner on that. And so they're doing their best to keep up with what they can and to make people happy, but you're never going to make everyone happy. I just don't think it's all that hypocritical because I don't think they ever claimed to hold the moral high ground.
Well, the NFL, again, they worry about their product. They worry about the shield. They want to play ball, and they want to make billions, and they do it. You even see now, at the end of the year last year with COVID, they took away all the COVID regulations because they didn't want to affect the game. They didn't want to affect the stars for the playoffs. All of a sudden, there was no more COVID regulations, and everything was just dropped. And that's it. COVID went away in the NFL. When it comes to gambling, they have that rule. Like I said, I think since the 60s is the last time players got suspended. And that was Alex Karras and Paul Horning. I don't think anybody's ever been suspended for gambling throughout the last 50 years, whatever it is. And I think on the other side, I don't think in any shape or form, the fans are saying, not the NFL, this is worse than other things. And a lot of times when these guys get in trouble off the field, they go to court, they plea out, they don't even do time. I mean, there's so many different things to it. But on the outside, when you look in, you say, how can a guy bet $1,500 and he gets a year, and a guy, hits his wife and gets 4 games? I do hear what people are saying. But again, it's the NFL, and all they're worried about is the product. And the biggest thing for them is the product, besides the talent, is the integrity of the game. People cannot think these games are fixed. People cannot think these games are on the buy, or somebody's just trying to cover a point spread, because they feel that's what will bring down the league ultimately if they feel that it's not 100%. But they're fine. They'll get past like everything else.
Oh, yeah, they'll get past it. But I just want to stress the point that I don't think the NFL claims to hold the moral high ground. And I think it's important to know that, when they're punishing a player for breaking a rule as it relates to football versus when they're punishing somebody for an off-the-field matter, those two are just frankly unrelated. And I understand why people are kind of uneasy and uncomfortable with somebody getting a year's suspension versus, 4 games or whatever. But the NFL is not the court system. They're doing their best to hand out some level of justice for this off-the-field stuff as it comes up on a case-by-case basis. But it's not the same as when a player breaks a rule on the field with clearly established precedent for what it is that we're going to punish for breaking that rule.
Peaches, we got to go. Always appreciate your call. And Justin Bieber's got nothing on you, brother. We'll talk to you soon. It is the Penthouse. Francis, Jimmy, and the Greek. We'll be back with a trifecta and a lot more. Peace.
Letting you know what girls talk about when the boys are not around. It's Pillow Talk with Franny and Megan. Friday nights at 7 on Real Radio 92.1 and always available online at realradio921.com/Pillow Talk.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
Another week of games is off the baseball schedule after labor contract talks stalled again. That means opening day's now April 14th at the earliest. Panthers continue their road trip on the other side of Pennsylvania tonight. They'll take on the Flyers after dispatching Pittsburgh on Tuesday night. And in college basketball tournament action today, it's Miami facing Boston College in the ACC. FAU continues its Conference USA tourney run against UAB. I'm Scott Davidson.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
You know why GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer? Because we've made it so fast, so easy, and so darn reliable. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Statistics show that COVID-19 cases occur at nearly the same rate among black and white Americans. Yet rates of hospitalization and death are more than twice as high in the black community. We asked Dr. Rachel Villanueva of the National Medical Association about the factors that put black Americans at higher risk from emerging variants.
So we know that there are those social determinants of health where people eat, live, work that put them at increased risk. People in our communities tend to have jobs where they can't work remotely and social distance. They're more frontline workers. They tend to live in multi-generational homes. Even just the mistrust that still exists in our community of the healthcare system, just based on history. All of those things that factored into why people didn't get vaccinated in the first place, why people were sicker with COVID, are still impacting us today as well.
For continuous updates and to find a COVID-19 vaccine or booster near you, check out vaccines.gov.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, one of my favorite spots. Every day there's another party open till 5 a.m. 5-star dining, beautiful ladies, and a great atmosphere. And put it on your calendars. March 12th, the House of Monroe's won a $500 costume contest on the line. It's beautiful ladies, great food, and a great music. It is the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Make sure next time you're out, you stop there and kick back and enjoy life. At Monroe's, baby. Peace.
If you've been involved in a car accident, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life.
Office in West Palm Beach.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works overtime with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget's available in a concentrate or extreme reach hose-in. Purchase Wet and Forget in store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
We still have a crash off to the shoulder in Lake Worth. Could cause you a bit of a problem. Southbound, it's near Lake Worth Road. Elsewhere, 95 is running smoothly. In fact, we have a 15-minute ride southern to PGA. Southbound Turnpike, just to the north of Lake Worth Road exit there. We have a crash, but that also off to the shoulder. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If your workplace culture
Buddy, thanks for listening to the station. We always appreciate listening to R&R 921. After us, it's always a news junkie coming at you. And then Ride Home with Dano and Nutter, two guys that you got to love and who will love you back. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Franny's here.
Hello, hello.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Tiger Woods was inducted into Hall of Fame last night in golf. And obviously something that he well deserved. He changed the game of golf. His daughter actually presented him, made a great speech, told a lot of stories about Tiger behind the scenes and what a great dad he is and how he never misses anything. And that's so important if you're a father or mother. You should realize that because you know what? I came up from a divorced family, and my dad was always there for me. And it means tremendous amount to a kid that when, you know, it's something in school or something maybe in your personal life or maybe something that you achieve, that you're looking at audience or the sidelines and your dad or mom is there, and they always can't be there. Obviously, people work and they got lives, but it's nice when you hear that. So hats off to Tiger. Not only a great golfer, but he's displayed that he's a great father, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for. I think there's a lot of parents out there that could do a better job, and they don't realize how important they are to their kids, especially by things they do and how they act a lot of times. Kids look up to you. They're role models, so you should remember that. Syracuse is playing the Dukies right now, North Carolina against Duke, 12 o'clock kickoff, and Jim Boeheim's son is not playing because he got suspended. Last night he did punch another player in the stomach. No foul on the call, but after the game was the big stuff when Boeheim had to go to the crowd and answer questions from reporters. And again, I know it's uncomfortable. It's your son. But he could have just said, hey, you know what? He's wrong. He laughed. He goes, you know what? The guy pushed him a couple times. You got to push back. Boeheim's son did apologize after the game. Shook the kid's hand after the game, too, and said, hey, look, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. The player said, hey, no problem. Move on. But it's going to hurt Syracuse today because Boeheim's son is very good. And Syracuse playing them today in the Big East tournament. And in the ACC tournament. We'll see what happens with Duke and Syracuse. Now, Duke coming off that big loss last week with North Carolina. We'll see how they respond. And Major League Baseball canceled the second week of the season, so now no games until April 14th. Hopefully they can get together. I know all the fans are hoping they get together, and all the places where they play exhibition baseball are hoping for the best, too, so they don't lose the whole situation. And hotels, restaurants, and bars get taken out because it kills the economy because all these places really do need the money. And that is your trifecta on a Thursday afternoon. Peace.
So I want to give some love to our blog because I posted a few things kind of all over the place, but some good stuff. RealRadio921.com on the Penthouse blog. The first thing that I posted today was the Florida man who got hit by a car. There was a car that went through a convenience store, and you can check that out. All this guy wanted to make sure, not that, did I break any bones, everything okay, is he just wanted to make sure the beer that he bought was okay. So, but the video is insane. I also, because yesterday we were talking about the VW bus, and lo and behold, they made news that the VW bus is making a comeback. And it looks like with the new electric version. Unfortunately, it will not be available in the United States. It's going to Europe first until 2024. Mm-hmm. But you can check it out. It's pretty sleek. And as I mentioned, it's all electric. It's got a lot of great features. So you can see that there. And then we're going to go into some nature. I got a nature video of a crocodile. And there's a couple videos there. And this guy just had the camera rolling at the right time. And you just see these bats sweeping. And this one crocodile just jumps up out of nowhere and grabs himself some dinner, and then we're going to head on to the sports world. Not a sports video, but it is of an athlete. Deion Sanders just posted a video to his social media where he is revealing to his sons, and if you are having lunch, you may want to wait or watch it afterwards because he's revealing his freshly amputated toes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that injury just got worse and worse for him.
Yeah, so to the point he had to have his toes amputated, a couple of them. Yeah,
they were talking about his whole foot for a while.
Yeah. So, if you like gross, there you go. You're welcome.
So
I
couldn't handle that.
That's all on the blog, realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog. Always linked up to our Facebook and our Twitter. Both handles are Real Radio 921. And then speaking of Real Radio, we do have a text line at 47142. You got to start off with Real Radio. We have a couple people here who text in. Somebody texted, I know who this somebody is, but said, I want to know what Evan's secret is. Evan, the Secretary of State.
Okay.
I want to know what Evan's secret is. I've been trying to get Greek to come to my Meat Lovers Club for years. So Jimmy Greek, you're both invited. That's from AJ.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And
if you want to know what the secret is, cash.
There you go.
And they're charity events.
Yes, I want to do it for a charity.
That's right. St. Jude last night.
Franny, please ask Greek who the singer of the group Journey is, the one who took the place of Steve Perry. They want me to ask you that. Do you know? Do you remember?
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread. Exactly.
Joe Panera.
Perfect.
It's close. It's something with a P.
Yeah, perfect. And then somebody said the correct name for the Duke Blue Devils is, I guess in France or something, they call them Les Diables Bleu, not Dukies. They're named after an infantry in World War I. So that's what they're named after. Did you know that?
Absolutely not.
Okay. What are the peace fingers for?
Just peace. I didn't know.
Plantation with my story with the guy who drove, or I'm sorry, the woman who drove through the convenience store, which is called Plantation Pantry. So
I like that name, by the way.
Somebody texted in and they said Plantation Pantry has been there forever. I felt like I broke in a window walking out of there. It's so expensive.
That's also the name of the lead singer to Journey now, Plantation.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
right. Something with a P.
I know his name. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. PIC. Something like that. I just saw a video with him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because Steve Perry wouldn't sing. It was an old video, obviously, a couple years ago when Journey got in. Oh, man. Panera?
Isn't it something Pineda? Or?
Pineda, yeah.
Pineda.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
But that's not his first name.
His first name's Jack.
No.
I don't know it, so
that was
far,
one thing.
Far be it for me to criticize because I don't know it.
Dano.
Arnel Pineda.
Arnel Pineda.
We'd remember if it was Dano.
Yes. That is very easy to remember. And then finally on the football talk, we have somebody who said, I think a lot of fans are upset at NFL because coaches will get asked for things done or said on private time, yet will give second or third chances. For abhorrent, am I saying that player behavior?
Abhorrent, yeah.
Abhorrent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I can English. Player behavior, yet suspend a player for doing something they implicitly condone. The mistake that players made was making the best in his name.
Bets in his name.
The mistake, yeah, I think, it says best, but bets is what it should say, yes.
Because that was last November. He did respond already. He said he was sorry, obviously. I think there is an appeal process. Whether or not he wins any of the appeal, we'll see what happens. I do think a lot of people talked about it, and it's the amount of money he makes, obviously, and the whole year is a long suspension. But again, we've talked about it. That's the rule. I mean, that's unfortunately for him. I don't think at the time he thought about it, obviously. I don't think he thought that, hey, this is going to end up costing me $11 million.
He played ignorance, did he not? If I remember reading right. I mean, he didn't think that he was breaking any rules.
Yes.
Especially since
he posted on his own social.
Yeah, especially since, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And especially since he wasn't playing at the time. He was out with an injury or
for mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
He was home. He was and again he bet a bunch of parlays, 5-team parlays, 8-team parlays. Mm-hmm. And he did put the Falcons in them, but he did put the Falcons in them to win. He didn't bet against them. But again, the rule is betting. I mean, so that's
I didn't know he bet on his own team too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that I can see where that really does make a difference.
But he bet on them to win.
I think that we're all on the same page, right? He broke the rules of the NFL, so he does deserve some punishment. It's just excessive, the punishment. I think.
Well, that's what I think a lot of people feel. Yeah. That, and I mean, people get hooked on this hypocritical thing, and I can get by that, but I guess we're learning, or at least there is some thought that is
the rule.
The rule is, and the punishment is part of the rule. Mm-hmm. It's 1 year.
Yeah, from what I know, Jimmy.
So it says it in the NFL regulations, rules, and everything that it is 1 year
suspension if you get caught gambling. From what I know, but there has not been any players, like I said, since the early '60s who ever got suspended for a year for betting. There's been no problems with gambling at all. So you're talking 50-something years, 60 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time. So, I mean, again.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
There's been a couple players, like, we got thrown out of the league. Art Schlichter had some problems with the Colts, but he got thrown out of the league, and he was a quarterback from Ohio State on the Colts. But there were some other different things with him that he had bad checks and all those different things like that. But there's been a few guys, but, nobody obviously. Also, this kid's very good.
And it just became legal to where they can do it. You know? I mean, obviously it was before in casinos, but how often are they at casinos before that, right?
Yeah, well,
so anything that was done prior was probably done off the books.
Yeah, and again, the other thing, too, it was only legal up to about 3 years ago in other places besides Vegas.
Right.
Besides that, it wasn't.
So what you said with that no other player since the 60s, are you talking about in any sport?
No, the NFL.
In NFL. Okay, I was going to say. Because there's been other big stories.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just talking about the
just
NFL.
the NFL.
Yeah, and again, it's what I remember off the top of my head. I don't have 14 interns like a lot of shows and 45 computers. I could be wrong. There could have been a guy here or there, but there hasn't been nobody really.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right because when you look at sports athletes who have been busted betting on the NFL, there is somebody here from the NFL. Obviously, Calvin Ridley is the first one on there because it's the newest, the freshest. But then you have the Tim Donaghy one from the NBA. You got Paul Hornung. That was
Paul Horning.
Horning.
Green Bay Packers.
Horning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that how you spell its name?
Horning.
Yeah. Okay. It's spelled Hornung.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So yeah, he's on the list as well too, and
Alex
that was
Karras.
and that was 50s, 60s as you mentioned. Of course, Pete Rose.
Yeah.
And who'd you say?
Alex Karras.
Yes.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah. So when was that? They don't give a date for
1960. Paul Horning and Alex Karras were suspended in the same year.
that. Okay.
And I think Alex Karras bet $50 on a game, and I know Horning, but Horning supposedly was a bettor for years. They did suspend Horning. Lombardi told him, keep your nose clean and be quiet. Now, Paul Horning got into the Hall of Fame. Alex Karras should have been in the Hall of Fame based on his ability on the field, all pro and all that, but he took a different route. He really, he was not happy about it. Horning got into the Hall of Fame. Alex Karras didn't. Alex Karras and Paul Horning both have passed since then. But again, it's a rule that they have, and that's the way they go with it. And I know everybody's talking about it, and then you see the Peyton Manning. I mean, the Mannings this year doing a big spot with Caesars Casino. I mean, that's shown a million times.
Caesars, but aren't they don't they have a stadium now? Or I know they were looking at being like a sponsor of a stadium.
They're on one. I don't remember where, but not too long ago we saw
the
it.
Saints.
Is it Saints?
Yep, they're sponsors.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. But Caesars did the whole big thing with the Mannings, the father's in it, the other brother. I mean, FanDuel, everything. DraftKings, they're all involved. I mean, the NFL is accepting it now, and it's moving. I think it's 22 states it's legal. But again, you got to feel for the guy because he lost $11 million. That's it. I mean, if he was betting maybe making $1 million, people would be like, all right, $1 million, what are you going to do? But $11 million is a lot of money. 877-927-6969. If you've ever been involved in quitting a job and just walking out, Jimmy had a story about that. It was interesting. If you've ever been in a scenario, and if they brought you back. I always think it's good to keep relations good when you leave because you never know. Just like when you break up with somebody, you never know. I don't think you should burn a bridge. You were dating with the person for a while. I know there's hard feelings. Everybody gets angry. Everybody gets mad. I said this last night to a buddy of mine. I said, two people don't wake up one day. Somebody always gets screwed. That's the bottom line. But with a job, let us know if you have any opinions about it. Jimmy had something?
Another way to get a hold of the show, obviously, is you can go to your iHeart Radio app. And if you go to the you can find us Real Radio on the iHeart Radio app. And next to the listen button is now a microphone. And you can press that microphone. You can record a message and send it to us like this gentleman did. I think he's looking for a little advice from Greek. So here, I'm going to play this one. I already screened it, so we should be good.
Hey, Greek, I need your help, man. I need your opinion on something. You look at this thing with these ballerinas in Ukraine picking up rifles and fighting the Russians, and I can't get my kids to pick up towels off the floor in their room. Any suggestions? Should I ship them to Ukraine or threaten them for that, maybe? I don't know. You give me your thoughts, buddy. I know you've got some parenting skills beyond the norm.
Yeah.
So what do you got, G-Man?
What do you
How can
think?
he get his kids to pick up the damn towels off the floor and do some chores?
Years ago, my dad came in my house, which was rare. My father came in our house 3 times when I was growing up. My parents were divorced by the time I was 5 or 4 or 6, I don't remember. And I was bitching about blueberry pancakes. And he happened to walk in the hallway on a snowy morning. He asked me to come outside. I went, come outside. It's snowing. He goes, come outside, G. And I went outside in my sweats and no shoes or socks. And it was freezing. He goes, this is where you're going to be if I ever hear you bitching about your mother making blueberry pancakes again. Understood? I said, understood. He goes, what are you going to do now? I said, go in and eat the pancakes. Sometimes you got to tell the kids.
Oh, I thought you went to Ukraine.
No, I didn't go.
Oh, no? Okay.
No, I never went there.
Just making sure.
But I mean, sometimes you got to tell the kids, hey, it's your house, it's your rules. You got to do what you need to do. That's all. They got to respect you. That's the bottom line. And kids today are different. Years ago, we feared our mom. Not feared them like, oh, my God. But, I didn't want to let my parents down. I let them down as an adult. I didn't let them down as a child.
We've tried to become their friends.
Yeah, that's
I think that's probably one of the bigger problems that we've had with the youth of today.
I think you're right, Jimmy. And you know what? That'll catch up to a lot of people in their 20s and 30s and 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I try to teach a lot of that to my stepkids and especially my stepson. I said, when you get a job one day, you can't tell your boss, hey, I'll do it when I want. You got to do it right now. Chop, chop. You're going to clean your room, you got to clean it. Great show as always. My vote. You can always leave a message and let us know what you think.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Jimmy, great job, buddy. Love working with you. Hope the feeling's half mutual. Thank you for everything you do.
Half mutual, I think. I don't know. Is that good or bad? Thanks, Creek. Thanks, Francis. Always a pleasure working with you both. And thank you for listening.
Bella, until tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. when my day gets so much better and brighter. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I don't have to say anything now. You just covered it all for me.
Game ball. Game ball at the end. Sneaks past everybody at the end.
Just came around the corner, just took that ball. Nice. But no, Bella, really. Thank you, everybody.
Bella, is this a new thing? Now
boy.
it's not Sweetums. Now it's Bella. Oh, okay.
Bella is like an endearment of
I know.
kindness.
Yes, I understand what Bella is. Bella, Bella. Isn't it Bella French for female? Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Great job as always. Thank you.
We're still working on English.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, English is gone.
It was tough for me today,
we
too.
just gave up on it now?
Today was a hard day of English for me as well. But G-Man, do you have any parting words? Let's see if we can finish it off with some beautiful English.
I don't know the score of the Duke North Carolina game, right? Syracuse Duke game. Jimmy, you want to check it real quick? But I'll tell you, I think Duke's going to win today, and I think they will cover. I don't know the score, but it's the ACC tournament.
Like they're playing right now?
I believe they start at 12 o'clock today.
Okay.
And I liked Duke.
33-34, Duke.
Oh, it's close. It's a very close game. But that's the game that I like. You guys have a great afternoon. Thank you for listening to us always. We try to have fun with you. Tomorrow's Friday, so you can know we step it up a notch. That other show, Nutter and Dano, they mail it in Friday.
Yeah, I'm going to mail it in tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Oh, all right. I got a stamp ready to go.
Franny's mailing it in.
Yep.
Jimmy's coming guns loaded, and I'm coming with my cannon out. I'm ready for you guys.
Can't wait. Bart Scott would say. AJ just crashed.
Yeah, he did.